change.
So let's talk about draft a little bit.
Wardens,
What up,
Storm,
Shiesty?
It's the Wardens who are first pick as we jump into picks and bans here for
What's up, Proto?
One. And the real thing we've been seeing, and this has changed, I think Globe, Nog, both
So they banned Afro because we're first pick.
incredible players. I feel like there might be some jungle presence in this one. Maybe, again, some sprinkling of those mages since they're a little
Athena.
more than just
Another thing, too, that a lot of people might have not noticed is that I also got Athena banned from me every single game. I did not touch Athena one game, but also Athena was banned almost every set. I don't think many teams got him. But yeah, Athena, Afro ban were the bans.
But unsurprising, the Thor, the Thoth, and the Chernabog, the
Cuckoo,
Alpha, the Athena, and the Kukul Khan. So that limits a few of the things. Right?
So we get Raijin, which is the last god left in terms of priority at this point in this tournament. Thank you, Gank My Lane. Appreciate you watching the shorts, man.
Raijin, Opwash, Poseidon's still available. So quite a few things that are great on the board. And Raijin,
They ganeshed pretty early.
Yeah, it's those
into
mages
Pwash.
that are sticking out to me. Opwash, Raijin, and we actually get those two locked in right off the bat. Paired with this Ganesh, which has seen some really high.
Yeah, this was quick for us in terms of drafting this tournament. Like, they're going to do this. Well, I mean, leaving Maui up, the last support. They didn't want to ban 3 supports, right? They banned Athena, Afro. They thought Kukulkan was higher priority, which I agree in terms of, like, for Nog, you don't want to give Nog Kukulkan or something that can impact the game like that. So then they pick up Ganesh, Apwash pretty early. And then we respond with Maui Thana. No Thana ban. We were cooking with Thana and Maui, so
top 2 prio,
that was quick for us.
Lower prio. And the opposite side, Elion is going to play this. There's no trick. There's nothing. There's nothing with Slash also on this Thanatos. If it is open, and there is not another god that they have locked in that role, expect the Thana, expect the Maui. They've looked really good on it. On the opposite side, we saw the Suki last time from Tegvir. I hope it goes back to him because he dominated that lane.
She's the best support in the game, B.
Team fought really well, which is not something
Hi, Charm. She just got
well,
nerfed.
The glory of their draft, right, is like right now, it kind of, Ganesh,
We banned Rat on bots, obviously targeting Rat Milk because they had no jungle pick. We know the Suki's not going jungle. They banned Wukong Nike, which was our solo picks. I play every lane, Gank My Lane. I play support now because my team is better if I'm in support.
He's going, right? But the others kind of keep it a little more ambiguous.
For
like
sure.
Opwash could be mid, Opwash could be solo, Suku could be mid, solo, or jungle. Like he's played all 3.
I think this is the first time we brought out Kaolin.
Got to be a little brave to take him into mid right now, but it still happens, so you never know. Hachi gets locked in. Then we go over Kaolin and Ishtar. And again, so some of these warriors we've been seeing, but Kaolin, it's been something that's...
We pick up Ishtar. They left Ishtar, so they target banned solo, which opened up the Ishtar. Then they lock in Susano. We knew the Susano was coming out. We had played versus Rat Milk a good bit and kind of knew his god pull.
On the fringe of coming back. It's just every now and then, again, when these mages are gone, or if you don't think the mages will quite fit in... I started to say...
I don't know, should...
Brocco, Pooty, thanks for the 60 months. Really appreciate it.
That's right. It's game 1 for our winners finals. Winner of this match goes to the SWC group stage. That's also got to start here in game 1. I'm J-Mac, joined here by Spooky, who gets to jump in with the qualifier match because these are the lower seeded teams. Shabalba Storm was 6th seed coming in this tournament. If I'm not mistaken, Callan Wardens
we were 6th seed.
Or 5th. We have our bottom 3 SEC teams now fighting for our last 2 spots.
Yeah, if you asked anyone going into this who you thought you'd be seeing in these finals, neither of these team names would have come up. That's not to say they aren't filled with talented players, but throughout the season they've been struggling more than the Valhalla Valkyries.
I mean, so to give you guys some information on this is me and Slash and we're not part of the regular season. I was only part of the last game of the regular season, which we won. So we were 6th seed, but it wasn't really the team. It didn't reflect like our team. Does that make any sense? And this is the 5th seed team, but they stayed together. But they're a good team. We knew that they were gonna cook too, and it's sick that it ended up being us two playing versus each other.
The Tyrian Weavers, who the Storm just destroyed the Weavers in their own match, and now they find themselves here on the cusp of heading to Worlds. And a lot of that has to do with Rat Milk and Globe. The jungle and mid laners for this Storm team have been absolutely phenomenal. Now, I was a little surprised Storm banned out the Kukulkan who glowed.
Yes, bottom seed was 6 team. Yeah, we were the bottom seed. We were the last team.
Was so proficient on. I'm gonna see a slightly different look on this op. Watch the action in the mid lane. Oh my god!
Yeah, at this point, like Nog and Slash were already starting to get synergy. As we barely had any practice going to this tournament. Maybe a couple scrims. Realistically, we were just going in kind of like knowing, confident that I could shot call and my boys are all sick as fuck at, you know, Nog is insane, Slash is insane, you know, Downey is really good, Tuba is definitely really good, and Tuba showed up too. Everybody showed up, you know, so we were confident in this, in the sense that like we didn't need to be practicing for many months to win here.
Damn.
Getting first blood in the first wave is definitely, you can see some synergy.
From the Raiju, just enough. The mid 2v2 of the Kaolin Wardens, just a bit too potent.
Brocco, like I said, thanks for 16 months. Really appreciate it. I'm a lifetime PS5 guy. I'm about to make a switch to PC. Give me the best possible advice, please. Low, should I be looking for what? Mandatory? What would you recommend? Are you talking about a computer? Like, what should, like, are you talking about settings?
For the Shibalba Storm here in the first minute of the game, and that's already going to be first blood now for the Kaolin Wardens. I thought for a moment we'd see it in the dual lane with how active Elion has been on this Maui, and I think that's where I want to maybe pivot my next point of conversation. Has been this Maui. There's Kaolin
So, like,
Wardens. I thought for a moment
this was what's funny about Maui. So look at this small play, right? I'm faking my one,
active Elion has been.
which forces his dash, right? It's pretty. I think that's pretty fine play from Shinigami. Like I already have the angle on him, and we have wave clear because of Ishtar. So just me casting my one. That's why I love Maui. You can fake. You can always fake. I come from Dota where every single ability could be animation canceled. So what does that mean? Imagine I'm Thor and I pump fake my wall. And I pump fake my wall. And I pump fake my wall. Like you're gonna it's a completely different mechanic. Like that mechanic, it makes for infinite outplay potential if you think about it, right? And that's why I love Maui, because he has that. Every other god doesn't have that, right? If you're gonna cast a spell, the only way to make the animation is just to actually cast a spell, right? So that's why I love Maui, because it's all a mind game, right? If I just keep casting and casting, you don't know when I'm gonna throw it out. So that would be insane if every character had that. Yeah, it's another layer of outplay. Yeah, but Smite easy game, but it's okay.
On this Maui.
So he dashes,
and I think that's where I want to.
and then he moves up for one more auto.
Maybe you
And then he jukes in because he thinks I'm gonna shoot outwards.
pivot my next
And then he jukes back out, but now I know he has no dash, and now I can stun him.
point of conversation. Has been this Maui. There's no
And now I
nobody
pull
else playing this pick. Elion jumps in
into another pool, which I think if Tuba played that a little bit better, and he waited for my second pull to hit the mez too, and then he won ones and then dashes,
says,
it's
I'm
kill.
gonna play the Maui.
That was a good dash. It could have, the Ganesh happened to smart. He played that well.
And
Thank you, Bolden. Appreciate it, brother. Yo, Atkins, thanks for the follow.
no team is stopping him from doing it. They're just letting him play this pick game after game.
A lot of people are saying that they should have banned Maui,
It's
but
working.
I don't think you ban Maui just because like it just gives up better picks, right? Which I kind of understood from all the other teams. Like you can't do that because you're giving up better picks. But you know, so I think this team ended up banning Maui, but left Afro. What up, Renzi?
Because it is punishable, right? Your big CC, other than your ult, because you have to jump in to land that stun. It's kind of like Sobek, where if you miss it, you're now out of position.
Able to get first prot, feels good.
Maui, even if you land it, you're still out of position.
Yeah, but so the thing is that like Maui was just winning us games, right? Like not single-handedly, but it was a support that we were top 3 picking that was winning this, right? So I think it's fair for one of the teams to try to take it away and see how we perform when I'm on a different support. But yeah, I mean it goes back and forth with that.
Throwing yourself forward, and you're not throwing anyone out of position in return for it. So it's a high-risk, high-return type god, and that's just what Elion likes to see on his picks.
That was a good grab by Happen because I had my passive to grab Shinny and then one. Did he have beads? Yeah, he had beads. He was fine.
Still
But
getting
he gets to
aggressive on
save
the Maui,
beads.
diving in, going for those pulls, grabbing Happen back time after time. Shinigami and Happen just have not got to have a good time in the dual lane. Tuba's been able to put out the pressure on the Ishtar, and Elion just essentially standing at tower line saying, I dare anyone to step up. He's going to dive in again right off that solar swing on top, and now taking a bit of damage. Good CC by Tuba. Make sure to bail Elion out for being maybe a bit too aggressive, but I would love to see maybe Ratmilk come over to this dual lane, try and alleviate a bit of pressure on that side, but he's been
That's not too aggressive. I have Shell. I'm just creating space to get lane pressure so we get to purple faster.
down for that first blood just earlier. And I think the thing that's maybe surprised me the most, though, out of all of these kind of picks that have popped through and ones that have performed so well, really has kind of been this Tsukiyomi. You know, the Warriors in general have not been great over in the solo lane entirely. There's been some great pickups. The mages have kind of been the dominant, and with maybe how potent Breastplate of Valor has been, I'm surprised to see just how well Tegner's been doing on this assassin solo.
It's just a slightly different style than those mages, right? He still has some very good long-range clear. He still fights very effectively. I think he's going to struggle a little bit more into Kaolin, which is why we see Kaolin pick it up. A slash going to make us hold that thought.
All happen up into the sky. The execute's there, and they're going to give that one over to Slash. But now Ratmilk is here. Typhoon is charged up and hits two, but there's not enough follow-up damage. You're in the dark.
I messed this fight up. So we knew Susano was coming after this, right?
That thought.
All happen up into the sky. The execute's there.
So Hachi ults, which is obvious sell that Susano's counter ganking, right? Because there's no reason he'd ever ult if that was the case. So I immediately turn around.
And they're going to give that one
And I'm
over.
like, I get immediately 2 for prots on the Susano ult, then shell.
Slash, but now Ratmilk is
We all get shelled.
here. Typhoon is
He's
charged
able
up
to
and hits
live.
two.
So I think at this point, like I was thinking 2 ahead at this point. Because at this point, you think this is bad, right? Like, in my opinion, I'm thinking already ahead that they're going to run away because I already outplayed the fact that Susano was coming and I had my 2 shell down. So I ulted like if they were going to run away, but for some reason they fought. Which then ended up, I outplayed myself in a way.
But there's not enough follow-up damage. You're in the Dark Pillars. Not enough. The scythe hits from Slash, and it's going to put Ratmilk at critical health back into the tower. He goes. Shinigami
Because that should have been 2 kills. I literally told my team right after that. I'm like, damn, I'm so pissed. That should have been like 3 kills.
blocked out.
What's
Elion
up, Bomber?
trying to
How you
body
doing?
block, but Shinigami able to get that EI Jutsu back to the tier 1 tower he goes. But it's a second kill now for the Kaolin
How you
Wardens
been,
just
brother?
4 minutes in.
This is exactly what they want to be doing. This draft screams early aggression. From right side to left side, the Kaolin Wardens want to fight. And getting
They only not
early
using the
kills on
Yeti
their
skin?
Slash
Absolutely
on the Santos
insane.
is integral in keeping their ball rolling here. The Wardens off to an excellent start. Now, it's been some action in the mid lane, some action in the duo lane. It's been a little bit tougher for them to find the kills. Their excellent start.
Something small, but something Downey could have done better here is he's going to transform, right?
Some action in the
So he should just turn around and won both of those, right? And then ult both of them, and he guarantees all of it. But, I mean, that's such a small micro play.
mid lane, some action in the duo lane. It's been a little bit tougher for them to find the.
But on the finals
kills they're
grind,
looking for,
congrats on the dubs. Thank you, brother.
especially
Yeah, the
in
finals
that
is
duo
mad
side.
fun.
Shinigami
I haven't
Happen
played recently,
are able to
but
play
I
so
enjoy the game a
very
lot.
safe. I'm surprised they get caught out so far forward. It takes a while for Happen to go down. Eventually does fall to the execute. Ratmilk had been there just a little bit sooner. They might have been able to do a little bit more while they were trying to kill Happen in those Dharmic pillars. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit too slow on that rotation. Now the Wardens secured themselves a slight lead, about 1,500 to their name. We're still early in the game.
F7,
so
you've
we're
been
not
getting
gonna see
MMR off the
any
El Trapo?
Gold Furies being looked at far too soon for that.
We're in a really good spot already. We're up 2K in 5
Are
minutes.
definitely
That's actually
setting
really
the
good.
pace of the match right now. They're telling the Storm, this is the game that we want to play, and you're going to abide by those rules. The Storm want to find a way back into this. They have to
Happen
break
being
out
the
of that
annoying
rhythm
elephant.
first. They cannot allow Slash to rotate wherever he wants. They have to be able to punish this over-aggression of the dual lane as well.
And I think there's a conversation really to be had just in general of giving that kill to Slash in the duel lane. Because you think there were 3 people there. Elion would literally jumped up in the sky, was swinging back and forth, could have landed down and gotten that kill on Happen. Tuba was saying right there, could have thrown an easy basic attack against him, gotten that kill. Instead, they waited for Slash to go all the way up in the sky and then come down for the execute, and giving that kill to the jungler at least leads me to believe the Kaolin Wardens really want to bank on this early pressure from the Thanatos and then get Slash and Nog to really be the carries for this team through the early game. And so far, it's been working out for the Wardens. As mentioned, 1,500
3v3 left side.
gold up.
Playing for
For the Wardens,
prot.
they're going to keep the pressure up in the left side. Elion swings over the wall, but
I think they got it,
Storm
right?
able to
Yeah, they got
scatter
it.
away
That was good
for
from
the
them.
time being. Ratmilk
Studying
back
film? No,
towards
I'm just
purple.
commentating the game so I can
Shinigami back
upload the
to
finals on
duel and
YouTube.
keep farming up over on those minions.
Yeah, despite the gold lead, XP is still even across the board. No real level advantages have come through. Slight one over on the right side, but that's probably the least impactful early game level lead that you're going to see. We're not going to see Delney rotating out of here for a little bit longer still, so this lead is really just about the solo lane.
Yeah, Tuba took a lot of damage there.
Tsukiyomi can play far enough back that he's not too concerned with that. Karma Killers get dropped there. Forces a Moltz.
Nearly gets a kill. Whoa, Elion goes for the straight ultimate. Catches Happens dash out under the tower. Tries to keep pulling him back, but it's a kill over in mid lane. Globe teaming up with Brad.
I didn't even know this mid lane. I wanted to kill. I wanted to get the Hachi beats there.
Time, I'd assume. The Kaolin Wardens starting to fall apart just a little bit here after their early lead. Nearly 2 deaths over in the dual lane and 1 actual death over in mid. The Storm with a bit of fight.
That's crazy.
Back.
Tuba got back to that wave.
Tuba now back in the lane, able to farm up. Kaolin Wardens might need to pump the brakes just a little bit.
The Storm has definitely shown throughout this tournament so far, they are not ones to go quietly.
I wish they showed the 2v2.
You can knock them down a peg or two. They are more than willing to get right back up and find themselves another fight. I like the aggression in that dual lane. Unfortunate for them that they weren't able to confirm really any kills there. All they actually pulled was the ultimate out from Tuba and Elion after the fact. I wouldn't count that as pulled.
Good invade.
Slash in his ult hold as well. Storm.
I'm excited for LAN. LAN is always so much fun.
Level 9s, level 10s, and they're looking to start fighting back into the Wardens here. They've passed the early game danger zone, and at only a 2,000 gold deficit, that's not the worst look in the world. You can easily give that up if you're looking to stay on parity in the levels. Come back into this mid game, start scrapping a little bit more. We're getting closer to the point where Fury's going to be in contention. Not quite at the Pyromancer discussion just yet. As the time ticks
Yeah, the game kind of evened out a little bit. We play first. We play the Hounds.
You brought up earlier, which was just maybe the lack of a specific pick for Globe. Could come back to hurt the Shibalba Storm a little bit.
I'm pretty sure we play the Hounds first.
Great secure on field towards objectives when things like the Kukulka and the Thoth have been so prevalent. Really, these last 2
This one
weeks
mid
of
camp was up
SCC
forever.
play, those 2 gods in particular have been seeing a lot of play and a lot of action. And
Hell yeah,
credit, a lot
Shiesty.
of
You have any
success
questions? Feel free to
for
ask,
the teams
brother.
that have gotten their hands on it. So now without that guaranteed secure, maybe does make things a bit dicier.
Yeah, that's Oath, Benny
Q,
Q, Neil
more
Ma,
willing to
Ducky.
go for those coin toss or maybe just try and bait forward, see if they can get a team and start up a fight. Dual lane is where you typically want to get that one started. Take down the
Somehow
support,
Tuba has
especially
a
with
small
those Darmic
lead.
pillars, so potent at being able to shred down that objective. Kaolin Wardens can find a pick over there. Might make things a bit easier for them, but it's Shibalba Storm getting aggressive. Ratmilk on the way. Happen dashed in towards Elion. A good banner. Put some damage on the dual lane, but Ratmilk not interested in the fight.
Janice.
Instead, it's all about the farm for the Storm.
Globals win games. They're still looking for the gank.
Play it disciplined. Don't try to force too much there. I say that happens. Steps all the way forward. Slash is on the way as well. Might be running into him.
Oh, Slash.
This became really bad.
Execute. He's just waiting for the chance to actually get it, but Happens healing back through it. Instead, he has to crash down. Shinigami already takes.
How did Oath die? I mean, how did Tuba die here?
Oh, Slash.
Tuba missed a lot of autos there.
Execute.
Holy
He's just waiting
schmoller.
for the chance to actually get it, but Happens healing back through it. Instead, he has to crash down.
But how did Tuba die? I still can't
On the way
see.
as well. Might be running into him.
Oh, Slash.
Got hit by the banner.
Up into the
Ganesh one.
execute. He's just waiting for
Oh,
the
he must have
chance
got hit
to
by
actually get it, but
Susanoo.
Happens healing back
Yeah, he
through it.
did.
Instead, he has to crash down. Shinigami already
Yeah,
takes down
this-
Tuba.
this ended
All
up
the
being
while,
really
the Slash
bad.
took too long to go for it. A triple pull from Elion. Doesn't bring anybody forward. Instead, it's Ratmilk trying to go for the kill. Does take down the jungler. And Elion
Ended up being so bad.
falls to Shinigami. Double kill for the Storm's dual lane Hunter. And
That should have been really good. It should have been XC into a good fight. Yeah, he just ate too many spells.
Gotta watch out for when it comes to the Storm. You can take these 2v2s. You can look for the
Same. Only been playing for like 2 months. I learned Final K taught me a lot. I learned more watching great players than playing. Yeah. It's better to watch than to play. You should watch like I would say 60% and then maybe play 40%.
why you pick the Ganesh and the Hachiman. You're just looking to play it safe, scale up, Nog. Forcing some danger. The silence cuts off the jump. Oh my god.
You actually have to Aegis of Posh 3.
the fleeting breath nearly takes him out from Globe.
Yeah, we're still ahead, but we lost a lot of our momentum there.
These teams to deal with. I mean, Ganesh silence into a pull, into a Ganesh knockup afterwards. The Shibalba Storm pushed the mid laner back, and even the Hunter has left Elion no ultimate to try and
Yeah, this
steal
is a
one
super
away.
hard
If he
steal.
wants to
I
do
don't
it,
think
he's
I'd go
either
for
gotta
it.
expend
This
his
is-
body or just go
Has to
for
be
the
an
straight
auto.
auto. Doesn't get it this time. Instead, he'll swing over the wall back to safety. And it's the Shabalba Storm who pick up the first objective of the game. Gold Fury to their name. And finally, for the first time this game, able to grab a lead.
And I think this is exactly what the
The totem different. I have a video on it.
of secure on the side of both teams, but I still think that favors the Storm with their team composition. They just have better tools for zoning and shredding these objectives. Drop the MP the crypts, massive area of damage. It's not just shredding the objective you're on, it's also pushing away the other team. They have to eat so much damage just to try to approach it. And with Elion being the only one there, he doesn't have the damage to even work.
Yeah, that we literally lost so much. We should have triple killed and left. We should have killed them here.
Pillars weren't even used on that objective. That's how confident the Storm was getting that one.
They're contesting this beacon pretty hard.
Small skirmish happened over this one. Slash.
I stay in. As long as you're not poking me, I stay in just to contest time. And then they bring
The beacon capped, but now has to walk away from it. As the Storm have all 5 players.
Yeah, once he missed that.
10-man brawl in the mid lane for this beacon. Elion pulled back. Happen drops the Dharmic Pillars.
That was a really good stun. Because it ended up getting me out and getting beats.
The tower. Island doesn't get anybody this time.
Wait.
That landfall. But now it's Slash getting aggressive.
Did he have
Inside
beads
the
there?
site.
No, he doesn't have beads. How does he not get pulled
So a
there?
couple of everyone. So it's Tegvir getting pulled back towards the tower. Island doesn't get anybody this time for that landfall.
The silence makes you what? Knock back? Or knock up? Is it knockback too? Because I feel like I've unheard him in his silence, but maybe I'm remembering wrong.
But now it's Slash getting aggressive. Toss out the scythe. He gets a bit of damage. Lower health bars on the side of the Shabalba Stormer. Ratmilk's going to go in. Ultimate from the Wash. Out of Globe is keeping everybody on the side of the Kaolin Wardens back.
Oh, Posh is so good for beacons.
Is going to go in favor of the Shabalba Storm. No blood spilled, but an objective once more for the Storm.
That was very calculated from the Storm. The only reason there's no blood spilled is because they did not want to spill any blood.
What?
Fear held onto his ultimate that entire time. Ratmilk holding onto the Typhoon. They were just daring the Warden.
Who doesn't want to spill blood?
Onto that beacon. They knew
They didn't want to kill him because they chose not to kill
in
him.
that small area. They simply focused on pushing the Wardens out, dealing that poke damage, make sure they couldn't step up any further. Now Tuba.
Yo, Tuba actually goes berserk. Yo, Tuba actually went berserk there.
Pushing the Wardens out, dealing that poke damage, make sure they couldn't step up any further. Now Tuba in some danger.
I don't think he missed an auto there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tuba gets it. What?
Tuba with one big kill now for the Kaolin Warden. Slows down the momentum.
And he had ult too.
It gets him a little bit back in this game. Tuba was starting to fall behind, almost 2 levels
He needed
down
to ult
to
his.
Shinigami, but now that kill
Ratmilk definitely felt bad about that play.
It's going to help him out quite a bit. Getting aggressive by Nog in the mid lane. Globe's taking a bit too much. Has to use the Aegis. Elion pulls him back. It's into the Taiko drums for Nog. Empty the Crypts. Not enough damage to get the kill. But maybe with the help of Happen, they can do so. Aegis
I actually had a bad 3 there.
Elion's got to help him out. There's a bubble there for Happen. Nog, don't stick around
Nah.
and try and fight. Just bail yourself
I
out.
think
You
Tuba just
already
played that so well that he fucked
it's
up.
1 kill now for the Kaolin Wardens to answer back to the Shabalba Storm and giving it over to Nog.
I don't think it was more that he thought he had the damage. It was more that Tuba just played it so perfect.
For the Ganesh solo kill, and he
Because he didn't. If he misses one auto there, he's dead. I'm pretty sure. But the fact that he just didn't miss a single auto of the spread shot.
Those cooldowns on this Rising are a little bit faster, able to dash away. That's an excellent pickup for Nog in the mid lane. Being able to put Globe down, now 1 and 2. It's not going to put him...
That was double actives too, right?
He's still even on
You
level.
think would make that play, Leon? You think
As well.
you or me?
Pressure around that mid lane. Could open up Shinigami to some danger. Holy...
Shinigami's playing very aggressive on the Hancho.
I don't know, Ethan. I've only seen you play like 3 times.
Nearly half of Nog's HP with a nice little combo from the Hunter. Will put the mid laner a bit of danger on the side.
You
of the
believe
Kaolin
it.
Wardens, but with Slash and Elion nearby, means it's just poke more than anything, but it opens up an opportunity now for the Shabalba Storm to go for Pyromancer. They'll secure that one for themselves and add a Runic Bomb to the pocket of Happen on the Ganesh. Slash does manage to get a Scythe against Happen, trying to backhead himself over into the fountain just to buy up a little bit. I'm curious maybe
This game
where
ended
the
up being
rest of
really
the
close.
builds do
It
pan out
was pretty back and forth.
or Happen, and really for the rest of the Shabalba Storm, it is a shell to go along with that meditation. And I think we actually got to see a perfect display of that meditation
Yeah, we had a strong early game, then kind of they had a good comeback.
Happen pops that relic, that meditation.
Then the
keeps him
gold.
alive for so much longer.
Then we
Now
just
it's
had,
very
I think we
important
had
for
more
Storm.
just outplays, and they had better like group fighting.
Sneaky healing to keep the Storm alive and away from that execute threshold. It's really most potent on there.
No, he takes it?
Literally, Nog is just a goat.
Healing to keep the Storm alive and away from that execute threshold. It's really most potent on there.
I don't know if it was Tuba or.
Takes it?
Yeah, they're
Did
so
not take
sad.
That with one tick of ulti. Nearly kills Ratmo at the same time.
Sure
It
did.
was 305 damage from one beat of the Tycho drums.
We had so
Kaolin
many
Wardens
objective steals
will
throughout the
halt
whole tournament.
potential of the
Because we get mid tower off
Now
this
the
too.
Objective. Now push towards mid tower. Nog and Elion have plenty enough damage to take this one down. So it's an objective steal and a tier 1 tower. Again, nearly taking out Ratmilk at the same time. That was sub 100 HP for the jungler of the Shivalba Storm, limping away from that one. Kaolin Wardens, a great answer back.
Man, that is just so hard to look at if you're the Storm. You're finally coming back, you found your footing, you get an objective, get the Pyromancer right after, and then from over the wall, Nog just plays his silly little drums and takes away your prize.
Did we steal that too?
To establish a little bit more
Oh, no, they got
on
it.
this map. Taking that tier 1 down in the mid lane gives them a lot of room to play on this map. It opens up so much. These buffs are so much easier to start looking at invading. Gives them so much more room to play aggressively here. Storm now find themselves a little bit more limited on map space. Still very close is this game. But with the pressure on the
Upgraded
map,
Med on their side. I went Bracer this game. I think it was my first game that I went Bracer. Med is just bad. Versus the Posheroonies. They already had Brawlers.
Storm want to have good footing around that, and you'd be able to find an opportunity to maybe take away that.
I was thinking about Sprint.
The Wardens.
At least back where they were before the Shivalba Storm had some of that fight back. Now the
We're up
beacon
3
spawning in
2K,
with
which is
another 5-man
nothing.
rotation from the Shivalba Storm to the objective.
Sunder.
Fight breaks out.
Could have been
Delny's made his
okay.
way towards the back line. Elion with the landfall doesn't find anything.
Delny hits a fat ult.
With 4 off of his ultimate. Gets the transformation, but it's Happen who's out of position, and Happen who's got nowhere to go. He runs right into Delny and the execute.
Delny hit a fat ult. I missed my ult, and then Delny made up for it.
Objective. See if another big fight breaks out. Delny has made his way towards the back line. Elion with the landfall doesn't find anything.
At least it forced Shinny Dash, but that's it. We hit 3-man ult, and then we just turn on Happen.
Who's got nowhere to go. He runs right into Delny and the execute from Slash. Puts him down, but Slash, he gets stunned out on landing, and a Typhoon from Ratmilk will secure the kill. And now to the back line goes Tagbeer with that piercing.
I was able to pull him. That was a good Aegis. Damn, they're all one-shot in the back.
By Globe, low health bars on the side of the Storm. Still healthy is Delny and Tuba if they want to step
If I had a better ult, we just win that fight. I should have been more patient. As soon as Ganesh missed dash, I wanted to separate the fight so we could get the Xe on him, but it didn't hit a good enough ult.
Smart pull back there from the Storm. Sure, Delny's going back to base, but he's got teleported.
Yeah, we play in the qualifier in the group stage. The group stage versus the Ravens, Hounds, Guards, Glads, and then the Kings.
So much. He pushed 4 members of the Storm away from the beacon.
Downey went actually berserk there.
Isolated Happen, who then turned around and thought, well, hang on. I know I stepped up here with 4 other people. Where did they go? He found out shortly when he went to the gray screen and then got to just view the game from their perspective. Such an excellent space creation from the Wardens here. Storm will be able to answer back, taking an objective off the board for themselves, unless it gets stolen. Does not this time, but with Nog around, man, I never know anymore.
I think it happened actually into
I think so, yeah.
runic bombs just in case, because he had one in pocket, hasn't had a need to use it anywhere
Hounds,
else.
Hex Mambo.
Drops a bomb for bomb, make sure that he at least comes up net even in that regard, but would have been nice to have been able to hold on to that one. Something like the Fire Giant if you're sieging one of these towers, but I guess better to be used than to be wasted at the end of the day. So Shivalba Storm answer back with another Pyromancer, keep this lead still only to about that 2,000, 2,200 mark for the time being. So with the game as close as it is, with the lead as minimal as it has been throughout the course of this game, how does this kind of gameplay favor these two teams going towards late game? Is this one where the Kaolin Wardens have a better late game, so they're fine playing it a little bit slower? Is this one where the Shivalba Storm really want to sit back and kind of farm up? Which of these two teams is favored a bit more in the late game?
In my
Do
opinion,
they?
it's definitely the
I
Storm.
didn't watch too many other
And
games.
it's
I probably watch it
purely
later.
Because they have this Opwash and this Ganesh on their side here. The Ganesh
I don't know anything about computers, German.
makes
My chat knows
a
though.
lot harder on this side.
You want to wait for later in the stream and ask? There's a lot of computer heads on my stream.
9 times out of 10, if you're not isolating Happen and taking him out of the equation,
Everyone play Ganesh into my Maui, but I feel like
just not going to get to do your job. They create so much space between the two of them that the Wardens are really reliant on Delny repeating the same thing he did around that beacon at every fight. They
Who's
have
their
to
mid?
be able to create space and push the rest of the Storm away so they can isolate a single member. If they can do that, they excel very well at picking
Exclamation
off
mark
that
set up.
Elyon with the landfall.
This next fight is just gold. We're both definitely fighting for gold.
It's on a longer cooldown. It's a little bit harder to execute. It's not nearly as guaranteed as the Storm simply walking up somewhere and saying, "Here
Yeah.
are our AoE ultimates. Would you like to fight in them?" No. Well, then we're just not going to use them. And they've shown that discipline several times where they don't drop these abilities until the Wardens are forcing a fight. Now, looping up around this Fury, Wardens want the space. Landfall
How'd
comes
you-
out, doesn't connect.
Hot chill for my
Nice
own.
ultimate from Shinigami though, so some safety removed from the Hunter of
It's
the
it's
Shibalba
an
Storm.
not the greatest of
Gold
trades.
Over by this Fury. This Gold Fury could
I mean, it's
dictate
kind of okay
where the next
with
5
Maui
or so
buffs.
minutes of play goes for these two
What up,
teams.
Intensity?
Kaolin Wardens can grab that one. Maybe try and make a beeline over towards the Fire Giant, or just try and get one of these team fights kicked off. It goes over to the side of the Shibalba Storm, and more so than anything, just evens the game out at that point, because we haven't really had a huge gold lead this game. Again, largest we've had is maybe that farm up that right side jungle, maybe get a little bit of solo farm for himself.
Rapio.
I get himself more than anything to that late stage execute threshold. That 40% that you can get. I mean, 40% is no small number when it comes to HP.
quite large.
Means you don't gotta kill him all the way. You just gotta get him a little more than halfway, and you can land that execute for a kill.
If he silences, I don't think it does.
Playing against this meditation as well, and we've seen Happen be able to counteract that execute already. Not quite as easy as I'm thinking he's hoping it will be. I like his decision to just leave this Fury Pit, though. If neither team is willing to pull the trigger,
Within his
you might
every
as well
Smite
go do
stream, bro.
something else.
The
Just
man
get
knows
the
everything.
points in on the map. Otherwise, you're just wasting time, and you're risking that the Storm is doing the same thing on their end. Now, the Warden's pulling this one.
The
Wait.
Warden saw that Rat Milk wasn't.
Are you
anywhere
sure
nearby,
that? Are you
but
sure that Hex Mambo is that team? Isn't Hex Mambo Deathwalker?
Pull towards Happen. Unfortunately, Ganesh drops the Darmic Pillar. The bubble has been popped in the landfall. Pulls him right back into the middle of the team. And Delny takes him down with one small punch at the very end.
We play April.
Down one, and that's
April
more
and
than
Deathwalker,
enough
I'm pretty
for the
sure.
Kaolin Wardens to take advantage.
I don't
One
know.
pick plus a Gold Fury has now given them a 4,000 gold lead.
Thank you, Victor.
Over Shibalba Storm, and wouldn't you know it, they're already beelining over to the right side. Pyromancer and Fire Giant both available.
Yeah, this has to be a Fire Giant. Look, it's easy to pull down this Pyromancer very quickly. Happen down for another 10 seconds. Still has to walk all the way back to the pit as well. Ultimate not available. This is a good look for the Wardens. They want this objective. This is their time.
Now Leona dead. Delny trying to get a pick on anybody, but now Happen has respawned. And the window of opportunity for
Knock the
Kaolin
Brazilian
Wardens
goat. I
has
agree.
closed, at least for the time. They can find one more pick. Could make that Fire Giant play a
Don't worry, we're gonna qualify land, make him the goat.
Grabbing any relics that they could, but none to be had. Again, only Happen used his, and that was in the last team fight. Last beacon is up. Elion is here. Not quite by himself. Does have Nog standing by, but 2 versus 5. Not the best odds. Maybe with Delny showing up in the space he's created on this Kaolin could give some chance. Back over to the Shibalba Storm, in fact. Or I'm sorry, to the Wardens.
Delny shows up and we just get it.
Shibalba Storm just backed away. They saw Delny walk up. They said, look, we've dealt with this guy before. We don't want to fight him anymore. And they give up this third beacon going over to the Kaolin Wardens. That Titan will now march down the mid lane.
I'm honestly surprised the Storm give that one up so easily there. They have such good fights around these beacons. And that said, the beacon's not worth dying over, right? It's a nice little boost, but it's not worth potentially giving the Kaolin Wardens an opportunity to go to the Fire Giant over. It's simply not that good. So I respect the decision to pull back a little bit. It does feel like they could have won that fight if they committed to it. Instead, they're opting to try to split this map a little bit, try to get some of these towers off the board. Still, Delny just creates so much space, and with Elion on the rotation as well, this could be a pinch here.
Trying to grab Tegveer if they can. Silence from
Silence.
Happen. Stops the first hook, but the second one goes through and gets the beads away. Elion goes in, gets the stun onto 2. Trying to pull back anybody. Landfall will just grab 1, and that 1 is nearly bursted down. Shinigami on the horse just to escape. It does manage to do so.
That went berserk there.
Ultimate
I got so much
from
resources.
Shinigami. Now no CC immunity left in the kit, and the call for the Kaolin Wardens is to beeline it to the Fire Giant. Happen, no ultimate. It's up to Ratmilk or Tegveer to see if one of them can weave their way in to try and go for it, or maybe it's just the fight for the Wardens. Nog is going to give up Fire Giant. He'll go up with Elion, who pulls another set of beads. Now it's Globe without anything. Slash right back to the Fire Giant. The Kaolin Wardens, they're going to give up the objective for now.
Tuba should have stayed hitting it.
Definitely the right call. Take a look. Tegveer and Ratmilk both have their ultimates still available. Pretty much nothing up for the Warden.
Fire Giant, he'll go up. Happen, no ultimate. It's up to Ratmilk or Tegveer to see if one of them can weave their way in to try and go for it, or maybe it's just the fight for the Wardens.
Yeah, it should have been free.
Fire Giant, he'll go up with Elion, who pulls
It should have been like
another set
10%.
of beads.
Yeah,
Now it's Globe without anything. Slash
that was not good.
right back to the Fire Giant. The Kaolin.
But it was the right play. It was the right play after you see all of us are jumping, which is funny. Give me a second. Nog uses his global. But yeah, that should have been free.
Definitely the right call. Take a look. Tegveer and Ratmilk both have their ultimates still available. Pretty much nothing up for the Wardens. Not being able to secure a kill to get that Fire Giant into a 5v4 situation.
They have no relics though.
Do not have
They gotta punish.
anything left in the tank if the Storm decides to step forward. Tegveer just has to drop the Piercing Moonlight on top of a Typhoon, and everything is ruined for the
Thank you,
Wardens
Victor.
there. So they pull back, focus on those Titans, reset, wait for some abilities to come back up. Now we're looking at a 5-on-5 around this Fire Giant. Still gonna be the Warden starting things up. They just want to bait the Storm forward.
Tuba's
man,
getting
can't do
knocked.
that, Tuba.
I don't think he was expecting the Fire Giant to be reset to him. Elion was holding on to it and then walked out of the pit. Just said, well, here you go, Tuba. I hope you're out of the pit already. Tuba says, no, I'm still standing here right at the edge. Takes a bit of damage.
Let's
Doesn't
get
mean he
Bobby.
can't heal back. Bubble burned away from
Yeah,
Happen. Ratmilk tries to get
Downey
aggressive,
is
but
just
Downey
hitting
with
big
3 in the
ults.
back line off the spear. Nearly gets taken out himself. Fire Giant gets brought into the battle. An ultimate from Leon pulls Happen back. But Happen is so low. Nog takes him down. And the Piercing Moonlight is sending Tegveer all across the map, but he's not going to get anything. Instead, it's Slash to return 1. Elion with the stun and Slash in the back line. Triple kill for the Thanaton. And the Piercing Downey with 3 in the back line off the spear.
Downey has such a good
Nearly gets
initiation.
taken out himself. Fire Giant gets brought into the battle. An ultimate from Leon pulls Happen back. But Happen is so low. Nog takes him down. And the Piercing Moonlight is sending Tegveer all across the map, but he's not going to get anything. Instead, it's Slash to return 1. Elion with the stun and Slash in the back line. Triple kill for the Thanatos. And it's only Globe left alive to deal with 5. And the lone Oposh with no ultimate, nowhere left to go. Gets the alternate timeline, but it's only to delay the inevitable.
Slash went berserk.
Kill for still with.
I'm gonna rewatch that fight. It's a lot
Takes a
happening.
bit of damage, nothing he can't heal back.
So Ganeshal,
Burned away.
I think they had poor ults too, right? Like they used all their AOE right here. Watch, like, all right, well, Delny baits. I think that was a pretty bad Ishtar ult, I'll say, but
Tries to get aggressive.
Delny has a huge ult.
Backline off the spear. Nearly gets taken out himself.
Then they use Pwash ult.
Fire Giant
I try to punish Happen because that's what we've been doing the whole game, right? Like just Xing the elephant.
gets brought into the battle. An ultimate from
And then Delny's playing his life, which is exactly what he should be doing here. He's a beast.
Leon pulls Happen back. But Happen is
Then we kill Happen, which was normal. So it's a 4v5, still okay.
so low. Nog
Then they full commit. Thana's still in the air. They full commit to here. Tuba has a pretty good Aegis.
down. And the Piercing Moonlight is sending Tegveer all.
And then we kill Ratmilk. Wait, how do we kill Ratmilk? I want to see how we kill
Flying
Ratno.
off the spear, nearly gets taken out himself. Firegiant gets
We got
brought into the
Shinny Dash,
battle. An
too.
ultimate from Leon pulls Happen back. But Happen is so low, Nog takes him down. The piercing moonlight is sending
Oh, he
Takedown
just
all
yeah,
across the
he
map.
just lands on him with a 1.
But he's not going to get anything. Instead,
Yeah.
it's Slash to return 1. Elion with the stun and Slash in the backline.
Slash was really patient.
For the Thanatos, and it's only Globe left alive to deal with 5. And the lone Opwash with no ultimate, nowhere left to go. Gets the alternate timeline, but it's only to delay the inevitable. Quadra kill for Slash, and a Fire Giant on the watch fly, and the Kaolin Wardens.
That was a huge fight for us.
All 5.
I think this is the second quadra kill we've seen from a Thanatos this tournament, J-Mac. This god has been popping off, and is no small part due to the player, Slash. Just absolutely finding the clinical dives down onto these teams.
I think Delny was MVP in that fight, and then Slash probably after.
Pulling them away from each other, displacing everybody. And the Storm have not found a true 5-on-5. We see
Are you a jungler now?
but
No,
they
I'm
get
support in this
separated
team.
so quickly, so easily.
What's up,
by
Gavin? How you
Wardens
doing? Nice to
that
see you,
it's just
Nuggets.
Picking one person off, one by one. The Tsukuyomi, I like the idea of being able to go in, hit that back line, and just shred through these health bars, but it's not happening. He's hitting a lot of people. He's dealing damage to a
My
lot of
favorite just
people.
depends on my team.
But it's not enough, and he ends up on the wrong targets at the end of things. Not close enough to 2, but to comfortably walk forward and get the kill. Too close to Delny or El Leon. And they just don't have...
I just did my job that fight.
to finish these
Nog
kills
kind of just
off.
did his
This
job.
was a
Delny popped off, and then
5-0
Slash popped off after.
in favor of the Wardens.
That was a huge fire for us. Now we just control map off that.
That's the kind of thing that loses the game.
Now we're up. Now we're up 14k.
As Gold Fury, Primal Fury, at that goes down, I want to draw your attention to the lead that the Kaolin Wardens now have. Remember, we were talking earlier about how 2,000 gold was about all we were hitting. No, it has been a mountainous climb upward now for the Kaolin Wardens. 14,000 gold, 20k XP, not as relevant at this point. Really, it's only Happen who hasn't been able to hit that level 20 point on the support role. Meanwhile, Elion has been able to cap out to that 20. It is that 14k gold that's the more staggering number, because you look across
Depends
the
who you're
board
playing against.
for the Wardens, where
Building
aside from
defense and
Leon,
your 6 slots should be
who's
full
still holding
counter
onto his
build.
recipe, everybody else is full build for the Kaolin Wardens. Not a single person has been able to sell a recipe on the side of the Shabalba Storm. We're talking full item power spikes plus over and ahead for the Kaolin Wardens now. They take out tier 2 tower on left. The tier 2 and mid taken right after that Fire Giant was finished up, and a Pyromancer for the Wardens. So now, where will the chaos continue to reign for them?
Yeah,
Right side
Chewy.
tier
I
2,
want
the
Worlds
only
in
one
support,
left standing.
and I got second place at Worlds in
Permanent
jungle.
structures on the map. I wonder if we'll see the Kaolin Wardens even push beyond just that tower. Maybe, do you think a threat on a Phoenix is a potential call for the Kaolin Wardens at this stage?
It's entirely possible. They've got some room to play with on this Fire Giant. Mostly, they're going to commit to this tier 2, and they're probably just going to check the response around these Phoenixes. There's nothing really else for them to go to. Fury is down, Pyromancer's down. I'm actually just going to reset. I expect them to maybe step forward and just try to soft pressure a
What up,
bird,
Chewy?
see what they could get in chip damage in.
You ain't go Mantle last item since you went Pridwin
Reset.
and
Get
Glad.
that farm.
They let Raijin for Nog. Yeah, they banned Afro Athena.
That's the one that they're really gonna look
Afro
at.
Athena
A deficit.
Kukulkan.
The Storm is gonna have a
They were
very
more worried about the
difficult
Kukulkan than they
time
were the Raijin.
fighting around this pit.
No, this was the
This is
finals
safe option
for
the
us.
Wardens.
There's more games,
Sure,
one more
they
game
can
set
step
after
forward.
this.
But
But
the
if we
fact that
won
they
this set, we qualified to the
they
group
have
stages of Worlds.
14K lead and the Fire Giant. If they make a mistake, if they misplay somewhere, the Storm could find a way back into things.
I would say probably Mantle makes sense to me, unless you're capped prots.
Pull back, reset, spend the gold that you got from this push. Well, might see a little position around this mid Phoenix. We're not going to see a hard push, I don't think.
What up, Kaz?
About another 40 seconds on the Fire Giant buff for the Kaolin Wardens, but this might be the end of their push. Slash going to head back to base. Still got that Runic Bomb in pocket for him and for Leon, so they could still go for a siege or save
pleasure,
the
Gavin.
for maybe
I
later
agree, head,
secure
yeah.
around the next Fire Giant, because
The
it will
Colin
be
gives so much
enhanced
value.
fire that spawns up the next time up.
You'll be my favorite team this year. Hope the
Kaolin
Wardens crush it.
don't
Thank you,
seem to
Chewy.
be
I appreciate your
going for
support,
these
man.
Phoenixes just yet. It's the Shabalba Storm.
Refresh your
At least
stream,
have that
so
going
announce.
for them, which means that they can step up if they wish to for these Fire Giants. But being so far down, 17k now pushing ahead for the Kaolin Wardens, it's going to make it so difficult for Shabalba Storm to step up. Again, only now
Yeah,
tier
within.
2 items being bought for Shabal Storm.
What up, Lot Man? How you doing,
On the
dude?
opposite side, we're already starting to see power potions popping up. I mean, Slash went back and bought a red pot. I'm pretty sure Tuba's got a red pot in pocket. Nog probably has one, maybe two ready
Yes.
to go at this point. And Shabal Storm is so far down in gold and itemization that really, if anybody steps even an inch too far forward,
You
I
have
feel
double
like
bomb
Slash
here,
would
right?
probably just two-tap somebody
Yeah,
with
double
Tuba.
bomb.
Yeah, I don't even know if he needs Tuba to be two-tapping people at this point. That Scythe is dealing a lot of damage. The Slash have been putting it to very good use so far. That's now 3 runic bombs for the Wardens. I'd be surprised, honestly.
You're pretty much just waiting for EFG here. Just choky map. They give either way.
MP the Crips.
Well, they're down 18k. Yeah, the give is rough though. Giving EFG feels really bad.
A siege. It's just a matter of how quickly can they deal damage.
Yeah, he was in Mexico when he played these.
These items, I just don't think give them the ability to kill the Wardens as quickly as they need to. With the EFG around the belts of all 5 Wardens, piece the Wardens could want to make the. I just wait.
Got another and help submits for another fire giant, but is enhanced. Don't need to wait for the minions, but will do so for now. 3-man grouping in mid. The other 2 over onto the left side for the Kaolin Wardens. Might even just leave Tuba by himself. Nog goes up into the ultimate. Does manage to clip happen. He's losing a lot of HP. Down into the back. Can barely even get the ultimate off before he's silenced out.
That was pretty clean from us. We got best bird for regional, like a colonel in trade for Ganesh.
One runic bomb down, 2 birds left, 2 bombs as well. Might be seeing a bomb, a bird.
A lot of people in this tournament were beadsing my ult late.
Another one drops. Another
Globe
half
beads
HP
this late.
Phoenix
You
for the
gotta
Kaolin
beats Maui
Wardens.
ult.
Still holding on to another runic bomb for Slash. The heavy lifting has already been done by that first runic bomb. Getting that bird weakened down just a little bit. Now waiting for that next step up. Letting the minions start to stack up over on the left side are the Kaolin
I
Wardens.
still have one bomb, right?
Finally
Oh, I put
pushing
both
forward.
bombs. We have Thena
Tony
bomb now.
jumps in place. Maybe trying to bait something forward. Elion does manage to grab Glow. The beads are late. The Aegis has already been used.
Yeah, we
Their
get
mid
double
laner is out.
relics.
Slash up in the sky. He's waiting for his target, but he's not going to get anyone low enough. The damage from Nog.
Damn,
just
Yeti, I'm
too
sorry to
late
hear that, bro.
to try and put a low health bar on the side of the storm. Phoenix is starting
I
to
tried
regenerate.
looking for you, but I
Next
couldn't
minion
find
wave on the
locate
way.
you until you popped up in the stream
Are
again.
no longer in the equation. This EFG is going to strip these backdoor protections down. They're going right back in.
Dharmic pillars have been dropped down.
Bro,
Happen-
look at the buffs Maui won. Look how far I pull this pause, chat.
Strip these backdoor protections down. They're going right back in.
Bro, you literally
Pillars
yank
have been
him, bro.
dropped down. Happen loses out on the bubble. The
And he had
Phoenix
no
is still
relics.
alive and healthy, but Globe, I can't
This
say
fight
the
was
same
a
for
little
this guy.
weird.
Alternate time.
This fight was a little weird because I was like, bro, it feels kind of weird sometimes as being a support when you're diving, because it's usually like that's not how you know what you build to do, right? Like I have shell and all this shit, but like it felt right here.
And it might get a nice little bit of use here. Land on by Elion. The revive.
But my
is now
boys,
brought back
Nog
to
had
Nog.
perfect
Engage in the
relic
back, but he
usage.
Takes out one, and then a second one falls at the same time. Tuba though already out of the fight, but Slash is gonna keep on ripping right to the back line. Triple kill.
And I stole his
making
Quadra.
almost 4, taken away by
Easy
Leon.
work.
But that's gonna be game, set, and match here in game number 1 for the Kaolin Wardens.
Nearly a double quadra for Slash on the Thanatos. Kaolin Wardens looking absolutely clinical on lane.
All right, we go to game 2.
Stand. And I for the Wardens anymore.
Yeah, you
Man,
gotta
that was a
get rid of it. You
sick-
gotta control that. Also, I have to say this, just out of what we have seen, and that one admittedly ends at a triple,
Yeah.
almost a quadra. But just before that, we watched the quadra, 9, 3, and 5 for Slash, as you had mentioned, getting a lot of those kills.
Nog did
407
30K.
for Nog with 30,000 damage,
Crazy.
double what Slash was able to put out. The thing that
I'm in-game leader, but everybody talks.
The Slash.
the thought, guaranteed.
How they've done this has been fun. The question, Slash.
So I guess I'll ask this question: does Camazotz get the same job done?
It kind of happened.
Tommy Thor, this got
Pulled back more than anything else, but again.
Yeah, it was kill secure. You can't be missing sides. I can't give quadras to my boys when they're missing a side. You know what I mean? I gotta keep them in check.
Teams to try and get up to the world stage. You join the EU counterparts as well. We've already had Solar Scares and Hex Mambo qualify. And this matchup will send our first NA team to that point.
Thora's being kryptonite. I don't know. We should have won this game.
1-2.
I'm not gonna say why I think we lost, but we should have 100% won this game.
So, didn't look like it was all
We had
snap
some pretty poor
by
play.
Slash, making sure to get that early kill in the dual lane to really be able to help out Nog.
The store is just a global.
But now for the Schwalbe
Like
Storm,
you gotta
Nog
respect
is
global.
and you gotta see at least what it is.
Also, the meta is gonna
See
shift
if
a
they
bit.
can slow down. the
Like this
California
meta,
Flames
like the
system.
a tournament
So,
meta
and we've
completely
seen a lot of
switches.
Giannis so far this tournament, Spooky, and almost every single time this Giannis has popped in, it has been terrifying to watch him play.
Yeah, everybody does. All you need is the match ID and the
It's that
password.
shot potential that he has. He can pop up from just about anywhere, and even if he's not popping up around the corner, he can still throw the through space and time from the mid lane and delete your health bar in the dual lane. It's just so unpredictable, and you have so much versatility in what you can do on it. Yami takes a little bit of damage. The real action over here on this right side, Delny eating a lot of it.
So low, but no ultimate.
Meta
available for
switching last
Globe yet,
second.
trying to
I
go
mean,
for
that's
that
what you.
long
That's why you
range
play a lot of
sniper.
MOBA.
So for now,
You practice every day just so you can practice
This is blue buff. All the
being
players have a bit of a scuffle.
top end on it, whatever
Ball
patch.
Gets some damage, but blue buff actually
But it's not gonna switch that much. The patch wasn't that strong. They made a small patch on purpose because they didn't want a lot of drastic changes.
Still okay over there for right now. Really, this is the answer I think the Storm does need. They need to be aggressive against the Wardens.
105k player damage.
They did in game
Sheesh.
one. Granted, it was consistently close throughout that match, but the Wardens were able to get to a certain point where they take one objective away. They take
Dota is
one
infinitely
fight,
more
and
savage
snowballs
in that
from
aspect.
there. The Storm
Dota will drop a whole ass
not
patch before
be
Worlds.
bystanders watching the Wardens farm up anymore. They need to find
And
themselves
like coming from Dota and like Dota, like the patches are so much more drastic than Smite. Like Smite, they're like, oh, we gave 5 damage to this. You know what I mean?
This is one of his
Like
best
10 damage
gods.
to this. Like Dota's like, we're gonna switch every neutral item. We're gonna switch what the objectives do. We're gonna switch laning paths and the geography of the map. We're gonna switch this. We're gonna switch that. And you just gotta. That's the funnest part, right? Of MOBA. Like if I compare MOBA to sports, like I love all sports. You know, I love baseball. I love basketball. I love football. But for me, what's always caught me in terms of MOBA is the fact that someone can be better than other people in different metas. And I've always loved that aspect of MOBAs, like you know, and that's why the goal is to always be good at the best gods. Unfortunately, Smite is more simplified, where like kind of the same gods stay good, but
It wasn't a counter pick. It was a first.
I love that aspect of MOBA. I love being able to play every single god in every single role and understand when they're good, when they're strong, when they're weak, how items work, and all that shit.
Time and time again that this mid jungle duo is one of the standout points for the Jabal.
Warriors are back. Yeah, I think they were back a good bit before. Nice.
You're in a good spot, but Rambo takes a
Oh, Nog missed a 3. Report Nog.
Afterwards, Rat Milk able to
We've never
block
seen
and
Nog
keep
miss
his way
that.
Out of the fight, and now it's ultimate for happen to try and lock down Elion. They catch him on the edge.
Yeah, they caught me on
of
the
Dark
edge.
Pillars and take him down. First blood goes over to the Shabalba Storm.
I think
and
that was
getting
my
the
B.
pick
I
out
have to watch it
ultimate
back.
For Hap.
I think they hit 5.
Nearly taken down. No, Nog misses the damage, misses the six. First blood goes over to the Shabalba. It's all off the back of Elion's aggression on this Maui.
Yeah, watching where the fights were breaking out, I can confidently hold on to Elion. If they could do that,
It was a ping. It was the ping. It was the ping.
They found themselves in a good position. You have to be able to punish
Mulan. I think Mulan's
Elion
overrated.
so far forward. Globe. On his
Unfortunately,
damage,
Mulan
just
is
ignore
bad.
What he does there, walking through walls, should be able to limit a lot of the effectiveness of this map.
That guy just falls off a cliff.
This fight just does not stop here.
Tegview used the ultimate just for a bit of damage help, but now forced under the tier 1 tower. Landfall will pull back the corpse at that point. Elion with the kill, this time through Kaolin Wardens. Able to answer back to the Shabalba Storm. That was a 4-man rotation to stop the 2-man invade, which again did not work for Rat Milk.
Yeah,
and
we
Tegview.
weren't gonna let him
Were
live.
not
That's
able
for
to
sure.
Steal the buff away. They come up empty-handed, and this time it cost Tegview not only his beads but his life in return.
I mean, that's just kind of what you have to do when you're getting invaded. If someone's sending 2 people to you, all right, just send more bodies. Elion had just died, so he's just coming out of base. So he says, you know what? I'm in a perfect position to make this rotation anyway. I might as well just go.
Yeah, Mulan just falls off too hard.
And hack.
And it land, their stakes are higher, so people play more secure. You know what I mean?
No beats and no CC meaning whatsoever available for the Tsukiyomi.
Like people don't play it nearly as aggressive as they would like in an in-season game. You know? Like when you're talking about Worlds, like everybody just plays really close, and like everything is mega calculated. Wow, nice animation, Maui 3. Wow.
Find it outside of these invade answers.
Juicy happen. Low HP, so is Slash though. Now gets there, and ultimate from the Giannis is good. Globe merely gets 1 kill. A dunk in from Radmilk will land on Elion.
Nice.
A fast blink from Slash out of the bat out of hell gets him out of safety, and the hammer is too far away. But
Dude,
through the portal falls to
my
the
ult.
death
Oh no.
for Elion. Globe on the Giannis all the way across the map and happen.
Happen went
Let's go
for
for
it.
the Dharmic Pillar, but Slash a bit quicker on the trigger this time, able to jump away to safety.
He really
That was almost super bad.
That's the second time he's gone real.
That could have been way worse for us.
Unfortunate for him, he doesn't quite get there. Dharmic Pillar's now on a cooldown.
That's I got hit by the portal 2 combo. You can't shell in time. I had to shell before the portal.
A lot more effectively. The grouping has been coming through.
Yeah, Chalk it's just like, would you rather have late game like a Chalk that like throws a hammer and slows, or a Kaolin that blink ults 4 people and gets triple relics? Like, Chalk's not gonna get that, you know what I mean?
Start grouping up and try to get these snowball kills isn't working as effective.
If you Chalk blink,
easier to answer this time around. Well, giving Elion a little run around.
well, we'll see what the meta is, right? Like nobody knows what this next meta is gonna be. We don't know if it's gonna be fast or kind of slow, but who knows?
Hasn't fallen too far behind in gold or XP.
Smite, but the meta of Smite will always become lane clear. It will always be lane clear because of the dumbass mechanic of towers.
Elion.
I've been to like 20, 30 lands,
This time from the Kaolin
and
Wardens,
like
this one.
every land you talking about tournament picks, you know, team fighting, you know, whatever it is, Goal Furies, grouping,
Storm can try
and
get
it
something
always
out of
comes
that.
down to having
There are
pressure.
2 kills and
Like
not
you
getting
lose
much of a lead.
you lose one game because it's literally Mickey. It's Mickey. It's super Mickey because you go to the tournament and then you think about like, okay, well, when you play with pressure, meaning you clear the minions faster, the game is easy mode. So that's the problem with Smite at the competitive edge, because then you like think of this like genius draft that counters their whole team fight, but then you can't actually play the team fight when you're down 6k because they simply clear the minions faster.
Right now, Globe on the Giannis is the one I'm keeping eyes
What
out for.
the fuck?
Elion, he does manage to fall down through the portal. Great placement there by Globe. Let's keep some CC and some pressure up onto the enemy support. Shinigami with the ultimate pulls beads from Tuba and a good chunk of his HP. But being a Chernobog does mean that he can at least come back a little bit faster than some of the rest of them. Happen through the portal from Globe, but Nog with the damage onto both the mid and the support. Ultimate clipping 2. Landfall pulls Happen against the wall, but there's no further follow-up from the Shabal.
I don't know how low he was.
Kaolin Wardens for the fight.
He does have one. He's the only other Janus that I respect.
Elion was looking to try to get him. Just puts himself right by a wall, says, okay, you can try to pull me, but it's not going to take me anywhere.
Clearly only matter in the early game though, right? Yeah, but if like what ends up happening, Nog is a way better Janus than Globe. I mean, no disrespect to Globe, but I think Globe's decent Janus. But I think me and Nog on Janus are different. Globe would probably defend himself versus that, but no. Well, the problem is that like, all right, try fighting a Goal Fury when you're down 3k. Like, why put yourself in that position for like a quote unquote better team fight or counter pick? Like, you just prefer to be even and match their clear and then fight a Goal Fury. Like, if you look at every Worlds, every meta, look at the gods. They all clear well. Not a single god is played that doesn't clear well. If you don't clear well, you're not gonna.
I'm looking for a chance to now put Nog into the dirt. He is such an important factor throughout game number 1, pumping out so much damage from such safety.
I'm not a main. I don't main any characters, Kaden. I've been playing MOBAs since I was 12 years old. I'm now 27, 15 years. I play every single role, at all roles at pro level and competitive level.
He has less access to
I play just depending on what my team needs or what my team is. Like depending on when I join the team or when I make the team.
See a rotation come through. See if they
Hi,
can
Gabby.
try to get Globe an advantage so we can start building a lead and then take it across the map a little bit more effectively.
I think the one thing that I'm really looking forward or looking.
Yeah, the problem is the tower. The tower shouldn't produce as much gold as it does. It's a mechanic that's been in the game since beta, but nobody's looked at it. And I've told them already for a couple years now that is the limiting mechanic.
There, you send a Chernobog, and it's usually forces the hand of somebody on the opposite side to answer.
That game was hilarious, Silky.
Laner, if there's a teleport or somebody with some sort.
It's a one-dimensional mechanic.
Try and deal with it. And really let this Chernobog try and get so much value from that split push.
It's a one-dimensional mechanic that simplifies drafting.
5v4 that the enemy team had now flips its stat.
Is this the game that you're all 15k but couldn't win a team fight? No, I don't think so.
Eyes on Tuba if he ever gets an opportunity to even try that. Just because
I don't know if we got up 15k this game.
Ult pulls beads earlier on, and now another.
Are you speaking of less gold if they're hit by towers? Correct. If a minion is hit by tower, the gold is reduced by 80%.
We're not really going to go for a fight just yet against Shinigami.
Yeah, Tuba definitely not looking to take many 1v1s against Shinigami right now. She's got the Dev Gloves and the Executioner online, but Shinigami's opted for the Asi, and this is something we've seen him do quite a lot. He likes taking these 1v1s, and so he builds the Asi to help him take the early trades. I don't think Tuba's too favored in those right now, especially Shinigami piling and Ishtar is very good at winning those 1v1s. Instead, just has to kind of play safe. Maybe look for an opportunity to catch Shinigami out with Leon. It's just going to be zoning for the shield buff right now. Nice small skirmish. Keep an eye out. Nog is rotating that way alongside Slash.
Yeah, it's 80%.
Shield buff go down. Looks like we're just looking at the beacon for
now. Yeah, you shouldn't get 1 gold.
Wardens.
You should get like around 4 gold or 3 gold, depending. Should be like 4 gold. The coaching video posted on YouTube was great. You're so generous with your knowledge. Thank you. Yo, Rocketfish, thanks for the big $10 super chat, man, on YouTube. Appreciate that.
Once again, just letting that one go and leaving happen by himself.
Does have down repel. Big ultimate from Globe. Just clip out Leon. And the ultimate from the landfall is going to get nothing this time. Leon now stuck inside the Dharmic Pillars, and he'll go down to Rat Milk. A turnaround for the Shabal, but Storming Globe, he blinks to the back line just to go for a kill. Trades out 1 for 1. But
I have another coaching video that'll be coming out soon, Rocket, talking about jungle farming and rotation, jungle farming patterns at the Grandmaster level.
You pick up 2 kills. That's great. Trading out Globe, not who I'd like to see go down in that one. At that point, you might as well just let happen dive forward, but Globe's the one with the blink, so he's the one that goes in and picks it up.
Yo, thank you, Tubit. Appreciate you watching the games, man. Thanks for supporting our squad. Thanks for the 5 months.
Okay, you know, you can get your
Appreciate you, Rocketfish.
They're not gonna let that.
Yeah, this fight ended up being pretty bad. It started off really good.
Does have down repel. Big ultimate from Globe. Just clip out Leon.
But I thought Janice was gonna run back. Like, okay, we go on Ganesh here, and then I thought Janice was gonna kind of run away, but he got feared the other way, and then beats it, and then I'm just fucking dead, guaranteed. The double Thor dunk cooked us.
A turnaround for the Shabal, but Storming Globe, he blinks to the back line just to
and
go for a
then we
kill.
traded. It ended up being okay because of the trade, but Chernobog rotated, so we lost tower pressure. Yeah, last hits. The problem with last hits, I think last hits are fine where they're at right now. I think the tower is the biggest issue.
Excellent bait from the Storm, though. It looked like they were just giving an objective up for free and leaving happen by himself. They trust him. They know how much damage he can take. And as soon as the
That's the beauty of support, though. Like I have 3 deaths right now, but I'm even. Just because if you have to die at the right time. Like the plays have to be like. Obviously, I prefer not to die mid, but that death is fine if there's no OBJ trades. Like you have to get just enough off your death. The problem is if you die for like nothing, then it's really bad. Because then they get OBJs.
And it's because of this Janice. They do have the option, Storm is, to send him over, answer the split push, just clear out waves very quickly.
Like support is kind of similar to Dota right now in terms of like.
And cover half the map in an incredibly short amount of time. And it really
where like dying is sometimes worth. But like I'm not saying like, oh, you die 1 for 5, like obviously that's worth, but dying even for no trade as long as it's like a map trade.
Have Tuba ult over and start something up. They've got so much room to play with now. That's really the Wardens on the back foot at this stage of the game. They have a slight gold lead, but they're down in kills and they're down on map pressure.
Globe shouldn't blink that last play to get for that kill. I mean, it's kind of okay trade for him, to be honest.
Ultimate, but immediately went
But
up
yeah,
into the sky and right back.
they had
down.
no
It's
beat,
using
so
the
that was
ultimate
really
for that
risky.
global vision and for that slow onto every single member of the Shibalba Storm. We did start to see a group of the Storm around this Gold Fury. Lead is slightly in favor.
I don't know how these solo laners wake up and play solo.
Only to the tune of about 1,000 gold.
This shit is
We haven't really seen
like,
that
obviously
from
there's some
solo laners.
skill in
When you
it,
look at
but
game
man,
number
it's so
one,
boring.
That first beacon spawn at 12 minutes, that second beacon pop in, we got all 10 players on the map grouped around that mid lane. That last beacon just kind of felt like, whoever's available, just kind of walk over, step your toe in a little bit, see what we can do. Can't get anything? Okay, cool, no problem. So, complete inverse of game number one, where it felt like so much emphasis was towards these beacons, so much towards this mid laner. Nog in danger in the middle of two of the sky. Goes Ratmilk looking for a crash target back down. Shell has been used to try and keep Nog alive. Globe able to portal away to safety. Nearly.
Listen-ins?
Bad for Nog.
I'm sure they'll do
Praise
some
of relics from
listen-ins.
him and his team keep him
You
alive.
have some water in your chins?
Excellent work there. Ratmilk survives as well, gets up in the ultimate in time so he doesn't fall down.
Yeah, they said that they might help me stream my perspective, but that doesn't have listen-ins, I don't think.
Exchange. That was a 2v1. Globe and Ratmilk walked up to the Morgan Le Fay, said, hey, we want you to die. And all Nogs did was say, no. And so he doesn't. The rest of the Wardens show up, pull the aggression away. So Globe ends up losing out on the beads, and all Nog trades is the Aegis and the ultimate.
Lauren, you jungle, I may ask. There. There's a video there for you.
Find success in this mid lane, it feels like. The safety from the Morgan Le Fay and the grouping from the Wardens is just not affording them any opportunity. They've gotten themselves some nice kills, but as we mentioned,
We're ahead.
they're
That's kind of wild.
not farming as effectively as the Wardens are. They're losing out on things like the shield buff, on those mid.
Yes, Victor.
And indeed, they've lost
It'll be
their
the first
shield buff
time that we're meeting the legendary Nog.
to return the favor. Wardens are pretty comfortable playing this one at the current pace. Chernobog late game is an incredibly potent ADC, as is the Morgan Le Fay in the mid lane. So if this goes long, they're perfectly fine with that. All they need is this small lead.
What's up, GMR? How did that subathon go? It went great. I think we streamed for like weeks. Week and a half or two or some shit.
Right back, Globe. Been doing his best to be active on this Giannis. It's been all over the
Who's the
place.
youngest on the
Outpaced
team?
the
Maybe
ball, which is
Slash. He's
unusual
21.
for
He just
Giannis.
turned
Usually
21. I don't know how old
we're
Nog
talking
is.
about Giannis's and the players who really love to pilot that pick. They're usually one, maybe sometimes even two levels ahead with, even if they don't have a kill.
When I first met Slash,
up
he
against
was
their
he
enemy
couldn't
players
drink with
because
us.
of how mobile this god is. I mean, the ability to walk through
No,
entire
Storm
sections
ended
of
up
the
winning
map
after.
with the use of that portal. Using it in such quick.
Yo,
great
sounds fun.
access
Thanks for the
to farm.
14 months. Really appreciate it, man.
Nog
Who's
and
the
Slash
oldest?
really
Not me.
controlling the neutral farm.
Yeah,
Beacon does go to the Shibalba Storm. Ratmilk going for the fight up against Tuba. Half the HP on the Chernobog, and Ratmilk still holding on to ultimate as well. Might not even need it. The rest of the team is on the way. Globe's got an ultimate, but won't fire that one off. Surprised he didn't see it through space and time fired, just to get the rest of the team there in an instant. Instead, Shibalba Storm pushing the Hunter back.
Try recognizing the grouping from the Kaolin Wardens. as
My
well.
pleasure,
They
Ubuntu.
probably could have just
I'm 35 soon. That's fine, B. We still cook these nerds.
over onto Tuba and gotten the kill. Question is, how do they get out after that? Wow, damage like that. I think you don't need to. But it would have placed them very close to that tier 1 tower.
I play every single
That's the
role
source of damage coming through.
at a pro level.
And the Wardens would have been following up. So instead, hold on to those health bars. Look at this Gold Fury instead. Ratmilk up in the sky.
Watch out for
Oh, they
Delny.
missed
Found
everything
two
on
back
Nog.
line. Nog in
Nog
danger.
Nog
Doesn't
actually
even
owned
reach it.
Would
them.
have been following up. So
Nog
instead,
owned them
health
here.
bars. Look at this Gold Fury
I mean, if they
instead.
landed their spells, it would have been fine, but they
Delny's
sidestep
found two
both.
back
Double
line. Nog
2,
in
double
danger.
1,
Doesn't
double
actually reach.
3.
The beads are down, and so is Globe. It's a double in the back line for the Kaolin Wardens. They've torn this fight right open, and even Tegbeer can't get anything done. That's 3 now for the Kaolin Wardens in the team fight, and Delny is going to keep the other 2 busy, keeping Happen specifically out of that team fight. Goes from bad
You don't like
to
the Ratmilk
worse.
name?
Dunk to the back.
Second
Ratmilk.
role,
He gets
probably, I don't know,
absolutely
jungle
blown up, and now
jungle
it's the
support
Kaolin
mid have
Wardens
been
picking up
my
a Gold Fury on top
most
of
played
that.
in
A
comp.
4,000 gold lead for the Chaos team.
It feels
Yeah,
like
Nog just
the
carried that
Giants
fight.
come into
Like
this
that fight was
with
blown
a
wide
single
open.
mission, and That's to bring Kaolin back into the meta.
Once they didn't land both Janisol and Thora on him, he sidestepped both of them, 3, 1, 4. Then Suki ults, he ages, I come over, I shell. It's a trade, it was just a wipe.
Too bad. Here's an AoE knock.
Oh wait, yeah, this is the game.
At the same time he's doing that, Rat Milk is dunking.
Yeah, if you're gonna tell me to compete next year in solo, you have to salary. I'd have to get like 50% of everybody else's salary.
He's putting out a lot of disruption on that. Rat Milk, not as tanky, gets feared.
Oh, Donnie was against me when we won Worlds. That's crazy.
Taker's trying to help out back there, but he's just one guy at that point. Delny is just creating too many problems for the Storm. It was said on the desk, you know, the question was posed, do you really ban out?
We lost this game.
Maybe if you're playing against Delny, you do, because
We should have won this game. I also had a banger all at Phoenix later this game, but
Too much from Glow.
we got Janist like in the last siege.
Kill in the mid lane that nets him his second one into instant death. Really has kind of hindered the pacing of the Shabal.
I haven't watched this fight back. But from the top down, I know we should have won the fight, but I'd have to watch it back. Nah, Glow is definitely a decent Janus. He's one of the better ones, I would say.
One sneaking all the way around the left side of a map, you know, all the way through the opposite side of a jungle, just to try and get to the back line, take out that one person. But and so far, Globe is just falling further and further behind. 3 levels.
I have a crazy Janus short from yesterday.
Some good damage onto Nog and El Leon. Dunk from Rat Milk. Won't find anybody, but it's Nog out of position, and Nog taken down. Rat Milk with
I remember
one.
Nog not having relics for
Storm
30.
had backed away for the time being, but with Shinigami on the way, could be the call from the Storm to try and keep this fight going a bit longer.
That is the first death for Nog, and I'm surprised that
This is the best of 3. Yeah, whoever wins this goes to the group stage of Worlds. Whoever loses has one more chance because it's the winner's bracket.
His team, he probably survived.
We won 3 sets before this. We had yet to lose a set.
On the same page on whether they wanted to fight or not. But at the end of the fight, Storm don't really get a whole lot off of this. They'll be able to pick up this tier 1 tower on the left side, but that's just Shinigami not even interacting with the fight in mid. Fire Giant is up, but it's not enough shred.
No, this is the game we lost.
Because Shinigami's taking a tier 1 tower, which I do like.
Yeah, we won this set. We qualied last Sunday.
Down. You have to get something on the map to bring yourselves back up. And with that kind of deficit, even a 5v4 around the Fire Giant is a little bit risky. With it not being enhanced, there's no reason to go straight to it right now.
Right now there's no OBJ, so I'm pretty sure we're just gonna farm.
In.
Are they giving you Maui?
Happen.
I think people thought they had answers.
Fun, casual support style play with
Everybody picked Ganesh versus
Might
me.
as well get a little bit of extra player damage.
Or
first.
Yen.
Might as well farm up a little bit for each other, but immediately gonna disperse. once
Difference
the
between
show
supports. The best supports in the game just know how to create
already has
space,
an upgraded starter on
create opportunity without falling behind. I would say that's the best quality you want from a support.
Was level 17 before
Yeah,
going
we
into that
qualified
last
to Worlds.
fight
We're
that
first
he did.
seed from NA
Gets there,
going
immediately picks
in
up
Smite
one kill on
in the
level
group
with for
stages.
himself. Now we already see the Kaolin Wardens. They'll cap the beacon. No contest whatsoever from Shabalba Storm. The Titans will march up mid once more, but we now have the Primal Fury spawning back in. Pyromancer shortly after. I wonder if we see the Kaolin Wardens try and get aggressive around these objectives. They still have that 4,000 gold lead. I'm surprised they're not playing with it as much as the lead that they have at this point.
So far, they've been able to just bait the Storm into fights around these objectives. They haven't had to get aggressive because the Storm are still stepping up to them, and they've been losing those fights. The Wardens built this lead by just counter-engaging and kind of destroying the backline of the Storm every time the dive tries to start up. Go ahead and take that Primal Fury down. The Storm are looking at the Pyromancer. Delny and Nog are in the area. The rest of the Wardens shifting over. Not enough shred to burn it down.
In fact, I think Globe was holding onto abilities for secure. Might come back to bite them. Landfall.
This was so pretty, but we didn't layer it properly. Literally we saw all of them hit it right away. Like we saw them group really hard there, and we both got horny. If we layer that a little bit better, we wiped the fucking floor with them.
In fact, I think Globe was holding onto abilities for secure. Now might come back to bite them. Landfall doesn't pull anybody down. He gets silenced in the backline before he can get anything done. Does get the transformation, but he's already half health and forced away. Darby Pillars and Rat Milk to the backline, nearly taken down. He's living on just a health bar, but now he is gone. It's Tuba with 1 kill. Low health for a lot of the members. Globe jumped on by Slash. That's 2 now for the Kaolin Wardens. They've only traded Leon, making a double kill for the jungler, and 3. Triple kill for Slash, and go ahead and give him a 4. No, Nog.
Gotta steal that quadra.
That one away. D aside for the Kaolin Wardens. And now they can push up this Titan and get some damage done on the map.
Man, this is just so rough for the Storm. They keep trying to start these fights off. They keep sending Ratmo and take your
I think that's the problem with the Suki.
down and get the damage done. But they're taking so much in return so quickly.
Like Suki, he's like, they have to full dive, and it's just so obvious, you know?
Just pop beads and try to hammer himself back out of danger. And at that point, he's too low to be a factor in the
Yeah, Slashers was playing super patient in a lot of these fights.
loses half his health bar. Guess who's still standing by the end of
I'm
that
pretty
fight?
sure we
It is
pulled
Delman.
every beads.
Goes back to
Oh
his
no, there was
team,
only 2 beads.
sees Ratmilk is back there, says, okay, well, what if I just stun you instead? Ratmilk has to disengage. And
Yeah, I can't believe they won this game. Yeah, this is the game that
for Slash,
where did we fuck up? Oh yeah, I forgot. I think it was an FG. I don't even remember.
find those
We
ones
played so
that
many
can
games that I don't
isolate
even remember.
and take him out first. He just snowballs the fights from
I'm
there.
pretty sure I was pretty.
Wardens do the front end of the work, and Slash does the back.
Layering happens instinctively. Like you know that layering is obviously the best, but the problem is like the openings that come up, you know, sometimes are just one. You know, you talk about it, right? I'm like, yo, Downey, you know, we just layer it. Me go first, you go second, or you know, if you go first, I'll follow up off that. There's no problem. But then we both saw the opening at the same time, and then we both just took it, which ended up they got like infinite value from their beads there.
8,000 gold up for the Kaolin.
They got 2
Wardens
ults for
as they start
beads,
grouping up
and
with
as long as we
Fire
take that
Jet.
fight, that's worth.
Walks forward, gets spotted out. All ultimates online. Low relic count for both of these teams. Only a couple sets of beads for the Wardens and the Aegis for Tuba.
Yeah, shot calling from
Opposite
support
side,
is the
just 2
best,
sets of beads
the best shot calling
and a
role,
bracer
but not even
for the
remotely
support
close.
happen. Pyromancer does go to the Kaolin.
That's always ended up happening in my early career. When I first was like competing, I was always a shot caller, but I was like jungle, and it's just impossible to jungle. Like that's what happened at this play-ins. Like in the SPL play-ins, like they banned 5 of my junglers that could shot call from, and then I was left on like they left me with like they banned Susano, Merc, Thor, Naja, and nah, bots was bad back then. Thor, Naja, Susano, Mercury. There's one more I'm missing. But yeah, so like and I couldn't like shot call. Like it ended up being like my support had to do it, and then like our team felt dysfunctional.
It's for the Chaos team, so decent secure now around
A
the
Willix?
fire
I don't
should
think
they
so.
choose
I forgot the last
to go
one.
towards it, but I think you're right to highlight Delta
Yeah.
as Kaolin. Feels like he's trying to single-handedly bring this guy back in the meta. And
It was a
after the performance
Willix?
he's had in
It
just
might have
game
been.
Number 1 and what we've seen so far in game 2, I'm willing to believe it, man. These
Yeah, I wanted to pick up Slash because me and him already had synergy. Like, it was between Monster Bomber and him, which Monster Bomber was a good support and we had good scrims with him, but it was just like we had like so little time to build synergy, you know, and I already had synergy with Slash, so my team also agreed that, you know, putting me in support made the game easier for all the carries.
people with the knockup gets that quick transformation.
Jungle
It's
was
made it
OP.
so tough for
I don't think
Shabbat
jungle was that
Storm to really
OP.
stand up for
I
any
think
of these
mid.
team fights.
I think tablet mids were
Speaking of damage, Globe taking a
stupid.
whole lot of it.
Man.
He's got the ultimate, so he'll be able to bail it out through the wall, but he's just taking so much poke. The Kaolin Wards are doing a great job.
The
keeping
Merlin,
Globe in check.
Tiamat, they carried games. Junglers could one-shot for sure, but I wasn't even building one-shot. I had a Lancelot game where I went 17-4.
He's not gonna be rotating over, but wow, that's a 2-man knockup.
And pulled back two. Darby Pillars
Wait,
used by
where was the follow-up on this ult?
Juba has already expended the living nightmares. He's not gonna be rotating over, but wow, that's a 2-man knockup.
and pulled back two. Darby Pillars used by Happen.
Heartseeker was stupid. No, Bluestone was stupid.
Look what Nog is able to put up on the
I was playing. I would never play Bluestone unless that patch in
But
jungle.
is
Like
so
Naja,
hard
I
to
was
go
doing
back.
Naja
Here's the
Bluestone.
mid lane.
That shit was
Taken down by
bonkers.
Nog. Rat Milk dunks down, does find the mid laner, but it's a transformed ultimate and a trade out nearly done. Rat Milk able to take down the mid laner. The Kaolin Wardens use this Aegis. Happen is there to bail him out. Leon cannot get the finishing touch to be able to take that one down.
This fight went.
Tankbeer low.
Yeah, it was item
Used by
procs,
him.
Crusher,
Starting to run thin
Bluestone,
on both
yeah,
sides
Heartseeker.
once more. Delny brought back to Leon, but Shinigami, he's full HP. He can charge right back in if he wants to. Nobody is standing up to the Hunter of the Storm. And again, it's only barely that Slash is able to get through the bubble back to Leon.
Man, at the end of the day, at the
No, the problem with this fight was that he Churno ulted. He had a bad Churno ult here.
It's made it so seen so far in game 2. I'm willing to believe him.
Because look, right here, we go on him, we get Janus ult.
Globe taking a whole lot of it. He's got the ultimate, so he'll be
And
able to
then
bail out
he
the
Churno
ball.
ults after, and then now we don't have Churno ult to bring him here. So we end up fighting 4v5. I hit a fat ult. If he ults here, then the fight is, we guarantee win this fight here. You see how he's crossing the map right now?
You get a full damage Morgan Le Fay. Look what Nog is able to put up on the charts.
Like, we're fighting 4v5 right now and still winning it.
Tegveer this time, but Tegveer is so low, he's gonna go back in with a piercing moonlight. All of it Aegis out by Nog. Ratmilk dunks down, does find the mid laner, but it's a transformed ultimate. And
Nah,
trade out nearly done.
we didn't even go to anywhere deep in any of our god pools.
This Aegis happen is there to bail him out. Leon cannot get the finishing touch to be able to take
Our best gods are this. I played Maui like 8 games, 7 games.
On both sides once more. Delny brought back to Leon, but Shinigami, he's full HP. He can charge.
I just played Maui every game because they didn't ban it. So until they banned it, I was gonna keep playing it.
And again, it's only barely
That's how drafting works. It's not about having a big god pool. I mean, I have an enormous god pool. It's just about, it's chess. Like forcing bans to get other things.
The only one falling.
When is Terra dropping? What do you mean?
That entire exchange. At the end of it, Storm has a slight advantage. They've got a 5v4 for the next 10 seconds here. They want to step up to this fire giant. They have Shinigami. They
Slash
have
one of
the
Willix.
sight for it. All the vision that the Wardens have.
No, this is not a good
Willix
Willix game.
Sight on what's happening around this pit. I don't think they're gonna let this one go too quietly.
When is Terra dropping? Like a Terra game? I don't know.
Fire Giant in half. Remember, 2 runic bombs to the Wardens. It's Ratmilk in the sky, but where is his target? It's got to be Tuba, but Tuba is baiting out the wall. He goes up to the sky, so Ratmilk has to choose over to Slash, but Slash jumps over the ultimate. Half HP on Slash. He's got Bat of Hell. He'll have to use it. Piercing Moonlight does clip through a couple of players, and it puts Tegveer right to the back line. And sends Globe with them. Tuba uses Aegis. He's barely alive, but Nog takes down one. Tuba low. Tuba gone. Shinigami trades out a 1-for-1. Leon wants a bit more, but he can't find anybody with the landfall this time. 1-for-1 trade again. This time it's Ratmilk going down for Tuba.
Much better trade for the Wardens. Still favors the Storm. And I say
Well, it was
better
Pele,
just
Willix,
because the last
Thor,
one
no,
was
Jean Merc. Yeah, it was another time too.
anything you get
They banned
for
Susano.
that
I think it was when we were playing the Glads for World. When we were playing Glads for the SPL spot, we won game 1 with Merc,
fight happened over the fire giant until both these players
and
were
then
back up on the board.
Susano was actually my last pick, and they actually banned it. It was just wild. They even told me like post comms, like they were asking like, "Yes, I don't even play Susano," which I obviously do play Susano. I just don't play it in ranked because I don't think that god needs micro practice.
When the Storm can get to Tuba and Nog, they have a good fight going for them. It's just been that the problem is they cannot reach those targets. It becomes so difficult for them to do so. Ratmilk finally has an opportunity.
I told Tuba, "Yo, give me Chernobyl. You play Maui."
Instantly die. Still, this game is far from over. It's still incredibly close. Despite the gold lead, the Storm are fighting back very effectively. Like, if you are 9,000 gold behind, you shouldn't be taking
The El Trapo, the Artemis El Trapo is very possible. If the trap didn't get DR'd,
there's a bit of hesitancy. It feels like they're not.
I don't think I know my worst god. I guess my worst god is a god that I can do the least on, which I guess is like Bakasura or like Arachne or something. Something with less mechanics, so the ceiling is so low that anybody can do it. Oh, Delny. Holy shit, he almost got one shot.
Landfall finds nothing, and it's Tegveer to try and close out the kill on Delny. Ratmilk, a dunk to the sky, but he's got no targets on landing. He gets turned and burned instead. 1-for-1, but Globe trades out for a second one of his own now. Globe gonna try and keep the push going. Portal through the wall.
Nog's in
Dash
trouble.
away
Oh
from
yeah,
Ryan, but Slash
we actually went off here. So like this fight is kind of over. Like we have 2 carries down. That we traded 1, but it's 3v4 and they're pretty full on health, right? Everybody's kind of full other than Suki. And we actually somehow stopped this.
Gonna try and keep the push going.
I'm like, nah, come to me. Let's link up.
For one, but Slash is low. Leon is low. Tegveer's just gonna keep up the.
So they actually call like different targets here.
It's 3 alive on the Kaolin Ward.
And then I 3 over. Obviously, this is normal.
Controlling these fights, they're getting separated from the rest of them. And Leon's pathing has been cut off, and Globe is gonna try and close.
He stops going for me. It's so
He
funny.
wants the damage. He blinks in. He gets the
He
aim
misses
away
his
from
2,
Nog and Slash.
and then he
Gets a
just
bit of
goes for
damage
Slash
in return.
and Nog.
Still low health bars for a few on the Wardens with the Shibaba Storm. They're not going to let him go back to base so easily.
Man, Nog is just putting up so much pressure by not being with Slash and Elion, hanging back by that wall. Storm was aware of it. You saw him get pinged out there, but the mere fact that he was standing there meant they couldn't commit to aggressing onto Slash and Elion. They could not finish off those kills, because if they tried to go too much...
Why didn't he kill you?
they're gonna eat a
I think it was going to take too long. Their comms, I think, were a little bit scattered there.
Well, Wardens lose a fight, but it's no mistake there. They did not win that or even come out even. Storm.
They didn't know, because every second that they were wasting, our team was spawning and Chernobyl, right? So, like,
And then just turning
they were worried about that.
burn him down. The success was coming by catching the Storm off guard.
We don't play this squad, I don't think.
And it's not dropping anytime soon. The Wardens have to switch things up now, find a different way, get Delney active. Maybe have Slash start these fights off.
What's good, Wooly? How you doing, Brody? Nice to see you,
By
Gio.
the way, Fire Giant being burned.
How you enjoying that new COD?
Started. No crit for Shinigami means this fire's going a lot slower than the Shibaba Storm may have hoped for. Instead, they're going to pull away from it. Shinigami goes
Trash.
finds 2. Delney and Slash hit by it. Ratmilk in the sky. Who is his dunk target on? It's right on top of Tuba and Nog.
Wait, we didn't know he was in the air? I don't think we knew he was in the air.
Fire Giant being burned.
My Maui ults were not as good
Ratmilk
this
in the
game.
sky. Who is his dunk target on?
Yeah,
It's
finals
right
has
on
been
top of
good.
Tuba and Nog gets the relics away from the carry and gets the health away from the mid. Ratmilk gets 1 and nearly taken out, able to hammer out and out Slash in the middle of 2. Tegveer gonna stun him out and let the rest of the
How is that 2
in
not
the
pulling?
gap. It's Globe to knock him away. The Shibaba Storm.
Did he have
They
beats?
don't care about a
No, he
9,000
didn't.
goldie for the Kaolin Wardens. That's not enough to stop the Shibaba Storm. They go right back to fire.
Man, how is this even happening? Warden's still alive, still looking for the fight. Tegveer push him away. But Delney has to step back. Fire Giant
Finals is
still
really good.
alive. Tegveer
I just get a little bit bored of it. The objective
commit.
by the finals is I get annoyed at the heavy too.
The Wardens, once again, they lose a fight, but they've held on to enough and put enough damage down range. The Storm
How about
cannot
AVP comparing
play
it to
their
a cut?
rise. Now we're past 30 minutes here, J-Mac. This is the enhanced.
You should add me, Gio.
A big one to kill. Take some time.
I don't even know my in-game name in that shit.
But once you get it, oh man, the game starts to look pretty easy when you have 5 people with an EFG. The Wardens, they want this one. They're
Yeah, I got kind of bored of the finals, but I thought the game was really good.
Down, he gets the back line, but he gets stopped instantly by Happen. Before he can do the ultimate off, he's at half HP as Ratmilk has found Elion, and he's found Tuba once more. Tegveer gets 1. Elion tries to landfall, but it comes up empty.
I just landfall for a period.
The Dromic Pillar slows him down. The ult from Shinigami stops him in his place, and it's Ratmilk to put him in the dirt. The Shibaba Storm win another double pick, this time taking out the duo of the Kaolin Wardens. And once more, Shibaba Storm head back to fire.
Tuba is consistently the target for Ratmilk.
Yeah, if I wasn't competing in games, I get bored.
Exchange they have, and it's working. He has to
Like I need constant challenges. If not, I just get bored. I can't play games like casually, like for fun. I'd rather play like sports.
Tuba has just under 15,000 player damage right now.
Yeah, I think Tuba had a rough game this game.
Team and
It's okay. I think it happens. I also wasn't hitting as many ults.
Not been working. Let's see if they can do it this time.
Again, Delney tries to get to the back and loses so much of his health bar. Tegveer.
I think it's just part of being human, you know. Like humans just get bored.
Let's see if they can do it this time.
Again, Delney tries to get to the back and loses so much of his health bar. Tegveer still holding on to his ult, and Globe nearly killed.
I feel like we should have won that
Fire
fight.
almost takes him down. And for the first time in what feels like 8 to 10 minutes, it's the Shibaba Storm on the back foot. And
We've
the
only
Kaolin
done it for like a
Wardens
year.
able to get aggressive on fire. They've got crit from their hunter. This one's going to go a lot faster for them if left alone. Happen holding on to ult. Same with Globe. They've got the ability to get to the back line. They got the ability for kills. The friend's been popped, and Globe launches the ultimate from long range. Elion goes in the sky, lands into the damage from the mid laner, but Shinigami is the one who's falling low and finally taken down by Tuba. But it's Tegveer doing all the work on the side. Him and Globe team up to take down the mid laner Nog, and now it's just Elion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just called him just stay with Liv because you have
Happen
EFG.
gives up his chase on it. It's only Ratmilk and Tegveer to chase him out. Shell used, but that shell only buys him an extra second. Elion knocked away by the
To melt.
I haven't played Overwatch in a little bit.
It's still a good fight from the Storm, but they're not able to open for stepping forward. Dharma Killer's after they were already at. We're mostly full build at this point. This happened.
Man, if they synced up their initiations a little bit better, we would have killed the Genesis. Globe lived like a million times.
Alright, you the base. Use so many missteps to get on 3.
self. Shabal Storm still picking up a decent.
Oh yeah, I remember calling this. I was like, yo, they're playing together here. On the left side, you got a ward, and then he got one
Slash
tapped.
off by himself. Shabal Storm still picking up a decent defense. What just happened to Slash? He was full HP a second ago. Rat Milk has removed him, and that gives an option now for the Storm to get to the pack line. But Tuba, he's gonna ult into the middle of everybody else instead. Tegveer trying to take down Delny, and he will fall. Landfall. You might not have wanted to pull them towards you, Leon, because now it's a piercing moonlight from Tegveer to find Tuba in the back line. Gets the beads away from the Chernobog. The crit is hitting pretty hard. Tuba needs to be taken down by somebody, and who else but Rat Milk to crash into the party. Takes down the Hunter. It's only Nog and Leon left from the Kaolin Wardens. The bubble bails out Nog, but they're still 5 strong on the Shabalba Storm.
We were calling that we could fight
Wall
this.
just misses Nog this time. And now maybe Happen can try and keep the party going for himself and the rest of the team.
They're going to try to run these 2 Wardens down. They've got some good distance, but the stun connects onto Nog finally. Knockback is good. They should be able to get out, but Shinigami's coming up to flank them.
Rat Milk finds
Yeah, he hit a good ult there.
Nog, but the damage from Shinigami's autos are hitting too hard. Leon on the good side of the wall.
They
This time
banned
he's able to
Thor.
bail back to
I
that
think we were
right
prioring
side.
Thana.
It's going to be a mid-tier
People
2
were
tower
defending
for
the
Shabalba Storm.
Thana.
Still 20 seconds till Tuba's back up. 5 until Delny is here. The Shabalba Storm, they hold firm on the left side of that landfall, and it's the Shabalba Storm defense because it was a Rat Milk who got it going for the team. Ultimate from Leon. Just got to be off
I don't
the
think
mark
it's
this
better.
time to
It's just
pull anyone
different.
3 times to get out of that start. Because Rat Milk just opens the gate.
It's
So does
just
everyone
different.
else. At that point where you're taking damage from 3 or 4 people, you're not going to last long no matter how many procs you build. He just gets erased. The Wardens fall 1 by 1. Now, they have to do it all over again. The Wardens coming in, looking for their
I actually
chance.
took so much
Leon,
damage.
Leon
dangerously low.
nearly out. Rat Milk wants to try and finish the job. Leon used the landfall. As soon as he crashes back down, it's right into the hands of Rat Milk. Not able to get the kill just yet, but instead it's 2.
Oh, so
Tegveer
close
who
to getting
does
it off.
Instead, piercing moonlight secures 1 in a massive through space and time from
I feel
Globe
like
to
we
the
were
hands
super
of
split.
Rat Milk not able to get the
Still
kill just yet, but instead it's Tuba or Tegveer who does instead. Piercing moonlight secures 1 in a massive through space and time from Globe, but where can Tuba even land? It's death at any given point. He decides to die to the hands of Shinigami.
Yeah, I'm gaming.
Instead, Shabalba
I'll
Storm
play one and I'll catch you
remove
after
the
that one.
dueling once more the Kaolin Wardens. And
I'll
back
chill
to
on your
the
stream and
fire
watch
drive
you
they go.
until you
Different
finish.
tips
I have
for
one more game to
Shinigami.
watch.
This time, he's got that crit online. Another portal for Delny. Not going to get a whole lot of damage on him this time through. The Shabalba Storm, they can go back to the Fire Giant. Low health bar on Rat Milk, but he's fine, just making sure to keep damage on.
Yeah,
the
I mean, we
objective.
just couldn't. I mean, it actually isn't.
Kaolin Wardens.
It actually is an arena. I mean, 23 to 14 at 41 is really nothing. It's just that every time we traded, it wasn't enough to get the OBJ. Like both teams, like the other team just did just enough to survive to defend OBJs.
Still here, still full health, ultimate available. Delny goes in.
Shinigami able to backflip over 1, but Nog takes him down and trade out. It's Rat Milk for an extra one. Delny falling low, slashed by himself off to the side, and Rat Milk and Globe team up once more. The
What's
mid
this guy
2v2
yelling?
clean up the rest of the Kaolin Wardens. Rat Milk with the double kill. Minions pushing up mid. While to do it without Shinigami, but the deicide.
Yeah, they wiped
for the
us. I think they wiped FG. This defense we should have won. At 43 minutes,
They completely dominated this game
at this point in the game, if you wipe them, it's game over.
at their Phoenix lines.
We lost this fight because of the Janice ult. We should have won this fight. This fight should 100% we should have won. We talked about it for a while.
Pots and elixirs.
This is probably my only really good fight in this game.
They're definitely behind when it comes down to
That's what Maui's goated though, like his defense.
been a big problem. At this Phoenix defense, he's got access to an easy backline dive. The Warrens have to be prepared to answer and stop him from just deleting Tuba in these fights.
I grabbed Janice off the blink. He beats
Immediately,
portals.
Ratmilk now to
Then
the
I hit.
sky.
Look at that.
Double
We hit like a
double landfall
huge
from
double ult to
Leon.
double stun.
Ratmilk's gotta help close out this fight
But
if he
Tuba
can.
died.
Takes down one. Ratmilk to the back. Nog. Relics immediately. Ratmilk now to the sky. Where's the dunk target? Double landfall from Leon. Ratmilk's gotta
Yeah,
help
1600
close out this fight
ult.
if he can, but Glove takes down one. Ratmilk to the back.
Tuba had double
Nog.
relics too,
Kill
plus
for
ult.
Ratmilk. Unstoppable with 7 in a row. And he's gonna keep this one going. Slash takes him out, but Globe returns the favor. Double kill for the mid laner and still perfectly healthy. Leon buys himself an extra second with the CC, but it's Shinigami with a double kill. Deicide for Shabalba Storm and Spooky.
Yeah, we
We're
all had
going
actives,
to a
double
game number
actives,
3
triple
in the
actives.
winners finals.
This is why you just don't let Ratmilk have this store, J-Mac. He is an absolute monster on this pick.
Game 3. Now, game 3, we locked in super hard.
So hard. Rather of a cliche way to say it where, oh, we played 2 games, now it's a best of 1. But it really is. Those first 2 games do final value than Globe.
Yeah, being there on a 5-13, 19 assists, get their grip.
Way more comfortable. He gets a lot more. About 50.
Damn, Shinny dropped 44.
It's Chernobog who gets banned out here by the Wardens.
Our mental was
They
more than
can't play,
fine.
nobody's gonna
We
play.
literally thought we literally thought we should have won that game. Like, I pretty much just told the squad, I was like, it should have been a 2-0. But either way, we're gonna play this one for fun. Like, this, we know we're a better team. Like, that's the way I was just telling the boys. They banned Maui Athena here, which is crazy to me, because it was the first time they chose to ban Maui. They banned Maui Athena Thana. You see how like the drafting changes in a tournament, which is like really fun to watch. In my opinion, like look at these bans compared to like when the bans first started. You know what I mean? And then when we banned Thor, yeah, we were tired of dealing with Thor dunks for a bit. Then we banned Cherno because Cherno's broken, but we didn't play very well on it. And then Thoth. And then we had Cuckoo. We could have picked Cuckoo here, but we knew Afro was like I told the boys, I was like, don't even question. I think we like 0 second locked it in.
The Maui that you had asked for, but it leaves open that Afro.
Yeah, that is for game 3. Like this is like win and you're in, lose and you got to play another set. Giving up that Aphrodite, which we've seen a lot of strength from, but I get it. Banning that Maui, it's something Elion looks really comfortable on. It makes sense. It's just a risky play to make, but I love the risk. On the opposite side, Storm locking on that Ganesh. They also get that Cuckoo, which that's
Do or
I
die.
think the god
What's
that
up,
I'm
Harry?
focusing on.
What's up,
This
Trico?
Cuckoo I've changed my mind. That's the god I'm focused on. Raijin. Nog on Raijin is him.
How quickly that changed.
It was instant. It was instant.
Yeah, you were like, you know what?
Bobby
Cuckoo
cracks me up. I'm really happy we got Bobby on the
didn't even
table.
have the time to
Like, in
say the
general.
full
I didn't
name
finish it. Yeah, I
by
said
the time.
Cuckoo.
Yeah, you got to say Cuckoo. And no other syllable could come out. Kukulkan locked in for the Storm.
They went with bots. That was a comfort pick.
But we saw that Raijin in game 1. And it was, you had mentioned
Que
it.
lo que, hermano?
It wasn't necessarily, I think we had the Thana on the side. You just need someone to clean it up.
Yep.
Because we know that this Raijin's going to just be pouring.
Winner goes to the
That change.
Yeah, they picked Kaolin. We went with Herc. Then they went Apollo. We went Dodgy.
Number 3, winner goes to the SWC group stage. Loser, not out of the tournament yet. Still one more chance for them to be able to fight back and take that 2nd seed spot to move up towards groups. So it all comes down to this. Kaolin Wardens and Shabalba Storm in a game 3 situation. We see Delny, the Kaolin, actually taken away from him. I think that's an important point that I would kind of want to start with here, Spooky, because it felt like Delny kind of single-handedly was bringing this Kaolin back in. Really popped off with a game number 1. Started off great game in game number 2. But then now Tegvir actually taking this pick away from him.
Yeah, that's actually a win for Delny because he can now count this as mission accomplished.
Yeah, we just shut them down. I feel like we had really good versus this team. We had really good early games. No, I think their team is kind of fine. I think the Dodgy is a big counter to them. Kukulkan, S tier, Ganesh. They literally picked Ganesh like 10 times this tournament. Apollo was a little weird, right? But no on her. We banned like 3 hunters, so there's no Rama. I think no on her.
Like this adaptation
Kaolin.
though, the Storm have recognized the Kaolin has been a problem in the hands of Delny. They don't want to put a ban towards it because there's just so many other things they have to worry about. So what do? Well, if they're not going to pick the Kaolin on the side of the Wardens in their first 3, just take it away from them. Grab it for yourself and force the Wardens to make an adaptation. You're still going into the Warrior, and it does mean there's a lot of sustain on the side of the Wardens. This Hercules...
Afro just counters their whole comp, no cap.
It's going to be so difficult to kill. But they jump in onto Globe. Eat!
First blood over to the Kaolin Wardens through
Like every
You
game,
heard it.
every game we had an early game lead, but we just the game 1 we did a little bit better job. Game 2 we kind of threw it. Game 3, Downey's a world champion. Plus he got second place at Worlds the year I won first place. EU looked a bit cleaner. People say that. I don't know. I don't really agree, but I understand. Like people always say EU is cleaner in terms of macro, but I don't know. I don't really agree.
Like you're in a little bit of danger, but Slash not will.
Absolution good on Afro. I'm from EU. I'm biased. Yeah, everyone's just biased, but I think the teams in EU that are playing, that have been the top teams, have been playing together for many years, compared to like our team just got together like last minute. I mean, the SEC is kind of like a dead thing though. It's like you're not gonna scrim, right? It's not worth the value. Like the value, like we won first place here, we made 2K. Like 2K is not even my mortgage. You know what I mean? And let's say we were scrimming for 3 months, so you split that in between 3 months. What, $750 a month? I make more money working at Mickey D's.
Nicely done from him.
And that's winning first place.
On these long-range artillery mages, and we saw a little bit of that in Game 2 when he's on the Janus, throwing those unstable vortexes. Granted, he was blinking forward to land them at close range, but this is where he's most comfortable. We've seen him on the Cuckoo, we've seen him on the Toads, dropping the tornadoes, the long-range Zephyrs, and most importantly, the big secure ultimates. That is one thing that the Storm really like having on their team. And this is the first time in this set.
Yeah, hopefully we do good at Worlds. I mean, for me, the reason I'm competing is not the money. It hasn't been the money for like 6 years, maybe 5 years. Like, I've only competed because I just love the nature of competing, and I love having my community, you know, watch me and support me while I compete. I think that's the most fun part. You know, I like to see the homies in chat and support, and I like to try to compete. Yeah, we did.
That Shabalva
What's up, Peggy?
Run. This Hun Bats combo it with that Kukulkan. You're talking about that long range damage. Throw him into a Fear No Evil to lock him inside of one of these tornadoes. Get that Serpent 9 wins out.
And I just love competing. Like, my favorite thing to do in all this world is go to LAN and you know, play a full tournament. You know, obviously the stakes are Worlds, so that's super fucking high. But like for me, it's just so much fun. You know, like it's so much fun to go to LAN. Especially when everybody think like there's a lot of fucking haters that just say like whatever, I'm a streamer, quote unquote, even though I proved myself over and over. It's just fun to show up to LAN and see all the haters that are angry because I'm, you know, cooking.
Make sure you don't
Thank you,
lose
Stratus.
anything in mid.
Appreciate it, my dude.
Get reset there. Yeah, I mean, Slash was looking for that for a hot second. He was sitting around that wall just waiting for Globe to use the abilities and drop his guard. Probably wasn't expecting to get too much.
Also, like, nobody knew me for playing Afro, like, this whole tournament, and it was banned 50% of the time, and it picked the other 50% and had a 100% win rate. And that's like the beauty of like MOBAs, you know. I played Afros a lot. I play with a lot of you guys know that are OGs. I played a lot with Uzi Afro. You know, I know the in and outs of the character. I actually play a god or a hero in Dota that is very similar to Afro. Only her ult is Horus ult, but better.
Shiny?
Yeah, Io.
I'm shiny.
Happening, Shinigami may be under some pressure. Good silence stops anything from happening there. Does mean the Wardens should be able to pick up this shield buff for themselves.
Curiosity, run up those likes on YouTube. If you guys go to my YouTube stream, make sure to like it. It helps me a lot on my algorithm. Thank you guys for watching the YouTube side. I love streaming for you guys on YouTube as well. I know I've been doing it for like 2 or 3 months.
The picks and bans here for game number 3, Spooky. I was expecting almost total support bans across the board. Specifically, 2 of them towards Elion. You know, you get your standards. You know, you get the Athena. That's kind of a given. Sometimes you throw the emoji, though she's kind of fallen off. But I was expecting Maui Aphrodite from the Xibalba Storm to ban that one away. And then I was expecting a Ganesh ban with how well Happen has been playing this pick and for how consistently he's been getting this one and popping off with it. I was surprised to see that only one of those 3 was banned away and ended up being the Maui from the Shivalba Storm. Yes, the Maui was great from Leon, but whenever the Maui is not available, or when I should say more than anything, when the Afro is, Leon has been doing disgusting things with Aphrodite. It's been I would say, his #1 pick overall this weekend when he's given the opportunity, and he just looks so good on the pick.
I don't have Meepo mastered. I'm much better Arc Warden.
I really think it comes down to the annoyance factor, right? He's played Maui twice, and by this point, the Storm are just tired of dealing with this guy. Storm, gonna get aggressive on his Slash up to the Powwow. Should give Slash enough safety. Havoc gets pulled back in, but Slash is out of there. So you've had to deal with the Maui a few times already.
I never played a lot of
He's just
Meepo.
running at you, man. He's just in your face.
But Meepo is all about just like, obviously, like split farming, like, you know, 2 to 3. And then on top of that, you know, just the team fighting is much easier with Meepo than it is Arc Warden, but farming multiple waves and jungle is harder on Meepo.
On this big old pile of fish. Might have to come back to that because the Storm are just looking to be so aggressive. And I think this is part of why they don't focus too much on those supports. Leon is going to roam around. The Storm...
Look at the lead I have right now. Holy, Afro's so broken, bro.
Drop a Fear and a Weevil and separate the team. Good lord.
Oh.
Nog just went berserk this game.
That belongs to Nog and Slash, and so does his health bar. At that, Kaolin Warden's going to keep up the aggression. On the right side jungle. Nog by himself, but level 10 versus a level 8 and 7. I think Nog is comfortable for the time being, especially knowing that fear.
I'm excited to, like, the beautiful thing about LAN 2 is, like, whatever, winning, if you win a set, you know, going back, watching film, watching the other games, you know, talking with your team, going out to eat with your team, being hyped or whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's just so much fun to play with your team and compete and watch film and go back to, you know, talking about draft and it's so much fun. That's the reason you compete, you know?
It's gonna be pumping.
Especially since all these guys are my boys, you know. I've been to many lands where I fucking don't even like my teammates. Like, I'm just go there and just fucking show up, go compete, then come back. Like, these guys are all my homies, so it feels really good to go and just go out to eat with the boys, you know what I mean? Talk shit, you know, hit the gym, whatever, you know, Slash, Nog, Tuba, Downey, all these guys are my boys. So it's gonna be a fun land. Like, regardless of the outcome, I know I'm gonna have a great time, and that makes competing that much easier, you know?
Easiest thing in the world to do. Yes, he has CC.
They're dunking Tuba. They're dunking Tuba.
Also a self-slow.
Dude, Shinny using no skin.
It's so easy for Globe to just say, well, here's a big old dragon from the skies. Would you like to take that damage? And there's not a lot that Nog...
Yeah, when Nog was already 2-0, I'm like, guys, you're not going to see me ever. I'm going to be linked to this monkey for the rest of the game.
This is like the second or third time he's been at the shield buff, just securing it to make sure his dual lane is feeling good. Right now, if I'm the Storm, my thoughts are all about how to restrict Nog in this game, because that's a big win con for the Wardens.
You already know Kaz, much love.
Throughout this entire set so far, even in game 2.
This was our cleanest game the whole tournament, which felt good, right? Your qualifier game ends up being the cleanest game you play.
You gotta start thinking about how you deal with him.
I think Nog is definitely the player that you have to keep eyes on throughout this game for the Shivalba Storm. Figure out, what does it take to kill the Raijin? What does it take to put pressure
Did I stop
on
his
Nog?
back? I really wanted to.
You already gave a pretty good answer for it.
Oh, I did.
You
Let's
just
go,
looked down
bro.
at the
Support
Shivalba
diff.
Storm. It's got to be Rat Milk trying to get active, because I'm
Clap.
sure Happen might be able to show up, stop a Thunder Crash maybe with a silence, but outside of that, it's all about the lockdown. It's all about burning those beads. Slash on top of Globe, trades out, gets the ultimate at the very least, but it's Nog with the kill. Happen pulled back, trying to silence, but not going to get it instead. Dharmic Pillar now going to be available to him, and it's a Powwow to pull him back, and Nog to put him down. Double kill for the
If Nog hits that, we're diving.
of the Kaolin Wardens, and 4 in a row. Every single kill has gone to him because the Kaolin Wardens are saying, Nog, it's time for you to carry us through.
Man, they're just putting so much pressure onto Globe. They've recognized how easy it is for Slash and Nog on these two gods to just kill this Kukulkan so quickly. And they're just feeding Nog so much golden XP. Already at a 4,000 gold lead is the Wardens. And there's not a lot Ratmilk has been able to do to slow it down. We've seen these two play these exact two gods before, Hunbots and Kukulkan, and it goes well for them. But right now, the Wardens are setting a pace for the game, and it's one that the Storm
What up, Johnny?
has not
Thanks for
been
the follow.
able to keep up with. Ratmilk isn't getting to these camps in time. He's not getting.
Yeah,
to
we're in
his
a really good
midlane
spot. I mean, 5K goal
The
lead,
Wardens are, in some
10K,
cases,
10
just
minutes
saying,
is
okay,
feels
you know what?
great.
We'll get this camp a little
Yeah, we
bit
feel like we
later.
dominated
Right
this
now,
game.
I want to get the enemy green buff because I'm pretty sure we can also pick up an enemy Kukulkan at the same time. That leads them to a Gold Fury and a very comfortable lead 11 minutes in.
Level 14 for the Raijin.
Yeah, Nog is the
That's
best
great.
mid
For
laner.
Nog, I mean,
100%
11 minutes
SEC,
in, he
not
is
even
outpacing
contested.
the entire map by a mile at this point. He's got to be getting close to that level 15 point as well. I mean, you got to find an answer to him. We keep saying that it's Rat Milk. Happen tried to get it done, but he was already too late because Globe was half HP by the time that Happen even got to the team fight to try and save his mid laner. Still no threat on beads for Nog.
Thank
by
you,
the way.
Nuggets.
He
Appreciate
used
it.
his ultimate for immunity during that last team fight, so still has that safety relic. And if we look over at Rat Milk, and we've been talking about him a lot, and how impactful Fear No Evil is, how good that single
Afro
ability
cooks
is in the game, the
bots.
fact he can turn a team fight in an instant. We've seen him use it, what, once so far now in 12 minutes? And one of those was barely
Solo's
at
been
the
a
very
fucking
cusp edge of it to get
island.
Slash at his green buff.
Every
Who's
time
been
they
able to
move
go
to
into battle
solo,
immediately
Donnie's
right
fighting for a
away, so
fucking totem.
just haven't seen Rat Milk really be able to get much use of the ultimate, really make use of this Hun Bats just yet. We'll see maybe if he can get something going in this next team fight. But first beacon spawned up. Kaolin Wardens are already on top of the scene. Grab that one instantly. Slash
Good dash.
blinks past Happen. Happen able to dash away though, and now Slash the one taking a bit more damage. Globe's near.
Rob the
nearby.
cob with a
Keep those
16.
items
Thank you,
online.
Nuggets.
And unfortunate
Oh,
for
wow.
Tegveer, well, Nog isn't satisfied sticking around the mid lane any longer. He goes over to soul lane, picks up a kill.
I remember that
Number
call.
5 for Nog.
Unreal.
And number 5 for the Wardens overall as well. The problem that the Storm have right now.
Yeah,
is that you
upgrade.
can't just-
Well, it was better here.
That's
It
not
was.
enough.
It wasn't as
Anytime you're
nerfed
looking at
when we
Nog,
played
you're
these
also
games,
looking at
but it's still
Nog,
okay.
You're looking at Slash. This time Nog took the initiative and went over to help Delny. But it's never just one person. Now look at Globe having to run away, tail between his non-existent serpent legs, just trying to get out of the mid lane. That's going to be one more objective now, going the way of the Wardens. They're going to go ahead and pick up this Pyromancer, push themselves a little bit further ahead. The Storm are just
Yeah, they banned Maui over
right
Raijin. I
now
thought that was pretty
to
crazy
fight
too.
into the 3-man grouping that the
Oh, they had to
Wardens
ban
is playing
Afro,
now.
right? Or Raijin, one or the other.
It's basically another situation where you have 2 lives, right? You've got Nog has his initial life, but there's also the undying love that you have to worry about. And on top of that, you also have healing coming out from Elliot.
Yeah, Tuba looked much better. He's been working really hard this year.
Nog is not as easy
What up,
to
Keys?
kill as he otherwise
They banned
should
Maui,
be.
Athena.
And, I think it would be really funny. I don't think
Maui,
we should. I think
Athena,
it would be a
something.
bad idea.
I forgot the
But I
last
think
one.
it'd be really
Oh,
funny to do
Thanatos.
an alternate timeline as well, just to like rub the salt into the wound and make it that much harder to kill him.
I mean, at this point, Nog is just bored with mid lane. He sat over in solo for like the last minute and a half with Delny, just making sure that Tegveer got no blue buff, no cooldown buff, barely any farm available. In fact, Tegveer has to wait till the wave essentially comes to his tier 2 tower whenever Nog is standing nearby.
What's up, Jerry?
'Cause Nog's already hit that level 16, getting close to that
Yeah,
level
we
17
choked Matt
point,
pretty
but
hard here.
It's not just Nog in the lead. Yes, this mid laner
No, it's still he's still linked.
Should have been further ahead at this point.
He still links as long as he doesn't go too
If
far.
he was getting the
It's still
more
ranged.
optimal farm, I guess is the better way to put it, as opposed to the just kind of power move farm. But you look over in support, it's 3 levels for Leon, 2 levels for Tuba. The dual lane, a combined 5 up so far. And even the jungle and the solo lane sitting almost 2 levels each up. Just about everywhere on the map, the Kaolin Wardens have spiked up not just this 5,000-6,000 gold lead that they have, but also 8,000, even higher than that, and climbing experience. And it gives them the opportunity to do this. Primal Fury, the moment they pull it, it's half HP, but this is the answer for the Shapalva Storm. They start up the Fire Giant, and the Kaolin Wardens get there in time. Delny has showed up on the scene. He's going to be the 1 versus 5 till the rest of the team shows up, and Nog will be the first one to be his cavalry. The ultimate has been used. The Fire Giant not secured yet, but the Kaolin Wardens do manage to get it, but they're going to lose at least 1 for it, and that first one will be Globe. Mid laner gone, 6 in a row for Nog, and Slash is going to try and make it a bit more. Pull some relics in the backside, happen by his lonesome, and it's going to be kill number 7 on the board for the Kaolin Wardens. This one going over to Delny. Shinigami dove under the tier 1 towers. Slash and Elion team up for that one. A 3-man wipe for the Kaolin Wardens. The Fire Giant may have gone to Storm, and they lost so much in return.
Yeah, that wasn't. We knew that All in Fire was
The
coming.
objective, what was the cost? Just about everything. lose it on both your backliners. All this Fire Giant really did was make sure the Wardens didn't also get the Fire Giant. But with what you lost off of it, they may as well have had it. You lose 2 towers in the mid lane, lose 3 of your members, and now the Wardens have an 8,000 gold lead over the Storm. This is not
I think that was the right call from them. What's up,
Yeah,
Convolted? Like, they were starting to fall too behind to do something. So once they knew we went gold, it was all in fire. But we knew that was happening too, because they had done that a couple times this tournament.
Wardens show up a lot faster than the Storm expected. They sent Nog over from that Primal Fury very quickly. He started it and immediately left because they wised up to the fact that the Storm weren't anywhere on the map. If they weren't on that left side around the Fury, there's only one place they could be. Send Tegveer over, check it out, and oh, well, this is not good. I'm sorry, Delny checked it out and found them.
We were just choking them really hard. Wherever they wanted to farm, we were there mirroring them.
Wardens have now pretty much taken over this game. The Storm don't have a good avenue that they can themselves create. They have to let the Warden step forward and look for a misstep, an over-aggression, and try to punish that instead. That window is getting smaller and smaller. They've been in this situation before. We saw it in Game 2. Make no mistake, J-Mac. They were 9,000 gold down. They still came back and won. This time around, they haven't put a single kill on the board. They haven't found any objectives for themselves. It's looking a little bit tougher this time around.
Yeah, you look up at that Fire Giant power play and you see the negative numbers. When you see negative numbers on a Fire Giant power play, you know that was a desperation play to just get the objective away from the Wardens. And at least for the Silver Bubble Storm, that is their silver lining, is they kept the Fire Giant off the Wardens. It removes off the board for 5 minutes. Shinigami, Blap, only 8 to the opposite end of the map, but now that's going to leave everybody on the Kaolin Wardens. Elsewhere, Grabmill didn't have the beads back up, so he gets pulled back in and knocked away. 7 in a row for Nog, only 18 minutes in. And Delny wants a little bit more, pops the beads to try and pull back Globe. It's just a little too far away. Now, it'll be a 5 versus 4 on this mid Phoenix. When we're pushing Phoenix 18 minutes in the game, it's only Tegveer still with the Fire Giant buff. The sprint has been popped. Tuba's going to walk in and try and work towards the Phoenix. The Runic Bomb was also in play. Ultimate from Tuba to immune a bit. Steps away from the Serpent of the Nine Winds, but Tegveer gets picked up and pushed right back in. But Tegveer will instead turn it right back to Delny and Tuba. The mid Phoenix has been saved for the time being. The Kaolin Wardens, they focus too much on the fight and they don't end up getting the bird.
How you doing, Adam? Yeah, I think it was kind of fine. I think we had some
just so that Tuba could
pretty whatever relics.
Still, to get that one, it was Tony Fury down. But they know what kind
Either way, it's good because they're choked in map. Like, they're 5 defending a bird when all they want is XP and gold.
Probably the wiser to call. Extra nice little bump in power for the mid laner. Also near full build. 5 full items at this point, including that upgraded starter. You look to the opposite side.
Life's good, bro. Had a back day today, back in biceps, and then played some pickleball.
For the mid laner, just to see what's happening, but
yeah, at this point we knew like they're just trying to. They have to 5-man somewhere, so we played patient and smart. What's up, champion?
Just spotted them out. He's got wards down on the right side of the map. That sent 3 people back to deter him. And he's not even going to continue pushing up to tier 2. He just pushed the wave forward and said, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
How many people went back?
They don't know they don't understand the Spanish dialect, like the Leon, the
honored at that point.
pronunciation on the O. They say Leon.
Shut down any push
Leon.
the Wardens on that opposite side. Sure, Globe and Happen are still over there.
They just don't know.
They're not going to be burning that tower down.
I mean, they call Tuba Tuba, so I mean, I think that's worse.
The Wardens now have all the room in the world. Go right over to this Fire Giant. Shinigami's going to go up in the end. I'm going to try to switch this out. Trade the Fire Giant for the tier 2 on the left side.
Just a free FG. Yeah, we just grew. They just try to mirror us. Group tier 2 right.
Magi's expended just to try and get away from Slash at this point.
Hardcore, yeah, Darkcore.
For the Kaolin Wardens, that Globe is with.
And the Spirit of the Nine Winds to defend these
Darkcore.
That's crucial damage.
Hey, Squiddy, thanks for 37 months of Kuja.
Is able to dive in.
And we just group, go left. We just choked the map. Now we try to go for a siege here. How many bombs do we have? Because Cuckoo's super good at defending.
Storm were able to claw their way back.
We knew that one bird wasn't gonna change the game. Like, we were okay. Like, we just get golds and keep. If they don't want to come out of their base, you know what I mean?
head back to base and spin at 11,000 going on. Once again, they're going to have an advantage because pushing up towards mid Phoenix.
Like now our lead is so much better to get this.
And it will do most of the damage to the bird. Tuba trying to do the rest of it. He's sitting inside the Dharmic Pillar, pops the Aegis and the beads to get away. Mid Phoenix down for the Kaolin Wardens.
Titan pushing in as well. That's going to give the option.
The Titan, yeah, Titan's going to pressure.
The left side. Elbar's not looking great for the Storm. It's one more siege to go.
Tekvir blinks forward, gets stopped in his tracks, and Slash takes down Rat Milk. Tries to go for a pull, doesn't get anybody this time. Instead, trying to take down the mid laner, but it's the Serpent of the Nine Winds, dealing most of Slash's health bar, but he takes down Tekvir, who went to the back to try and distract once more. Double kill for Slash still. Not a single death on the side of the Kaolin Wardens, and 11 kills for them. 7 of those
sustain everybody
around the waist of the mid laner, but 100% participation for Nog. The Kaolin Wardens now one fight away.
Back up and heal, easy game, easy life.
Qualifiers, a 5 versus 3 on the right side, and Nog is the one looping around the back, sends the fire minions in. Shinigami dashes right into his hand. Nog nearly takes him down by himself. To the back line he goes. Globe's got nothing left. It's only Happen left, and the Dharmic Pillars are already gone. The Kaolin Wardens,
yeah, it works
out of
after
North America to qualify to the group stage.
What a statement from the Wardens.
Yeah, this was our cleanest game.
13-0, J-Mac, after such a close set. Through game 1, game 2, they simply turned things up and said, you know what? We're done with this. We are going to Worlds, and we're not going to be seeing you there. Complete shutout of game. It's all really off of Slash.
Tournament.
And this is the second time we saw him play Raijin in this set. He got the first blood at like 2 minutes in both games, killing Globe in both games. And I would have to agree that a reasonable way to beat these guys is by taking away Nog's ability to play the game. And it really comes down to, 1, you can't give him the first blood. 2, like the game 2 I think is a perfect example. 2, you have to have a reasonable and simpler way to deal with him. And I think Raijin is not a god that is easy to deal with. I think he's very simple for the most part. He does a lot of things. Morgan has weaknesses. I've not really seen many weaknesses from this Raijin mid, and I'd actually not be too surprised when we go back.
Slash is going in.
Or for this tournament coming up in January.
Slash was trusting me there.
Like that's how incredible he looked in this entire tournament. Nog looked incredible on him. We also, yeah, we saw him on.
GG's.
Raijin too, and it was, but
I'm admittedly.
Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Thanks for watching.
Like there was a patch on Tuesday. These guys are not.
So now we were going to be going to Atlanta in January and playing in the group stages of Smite World Championship versus the Hounds, the Glads, the Ravens, and the Kings. And that's going to be a lot of fun. We get flown out in January. Hope you guys tune in. If you don't, it'll be on YouTube regardless. Thanks so much for watching, guys.